All right. What is going on, everybody? What is going on? Happy Saturday to you. I forgot to click the button. Hold on. This might be a quick delay. Hopefully that it took care of that already. So, sometimes, you hit the button, it takes a delay. Sometimes you hit the button, it doesn't do a delay. Either way, happy Saturday, everybody. Salute to y'all. Hope y'all doing well. You know what I mean? We're alive. We're welcome to be blessed to see another Saturday. So enjoy it to the fullest. Uh this wonky weather, and you know how it is. The weather looking crazy, but today is 45 degrees, a high of 47 on the East Coast in the New York area in particular. Yeah, next couple days in the 40s. Yeah, one day 38, but pretty much it's going to be in the 40s, like low 40s, for the next 10 days or so. So I'll take that, man. It's been kind of cold on the East Coast and a lot of different places, Texas, Florida, with some weird, unseasonably cold temperatures. So I'm sure everybody's welcoming the fact that it's warmed up a little bit. So we'll take it. Hope everybody's doing good. Salute to all y'all once again. I got the morning cup of water. You know what I mean? I already had some coffee like right before the show, which probably wasn't a good idea because I'm still, I'm already like I just defeated the purpose. I thought I could sneak some coffee in. It doesn't matter. I'm still going to be congested when I start the show. It'll clear up, but what's the point? What am I doing here? I don't know, folks. I don't know. I'm sorry. Anyway, let me make sure everything is good to go. This thing got to get out of here. Go live here. There we go. Shout out to everybody who's viewing on Instagram. Appreciate you. Thank you for tuning in. Also, shout out to everybody on Facebook that's checking us out. Definitely love the support. Appreciate y'all. And of course, the YouTube family. Y'all already know how we give it up, man. Appreciate you guys. Definitely happy to see y'all. All right, so let's do this. Let's do this real quick. I don't know how can I can't do this live. I should have did the video. So some people have been asking about how to become members. And I was trying to put together a video, but honestly, I forgot about it. And I thought I could do it live, but it's not really an easy way to do it live. You know what I mean? Because it's tough. It's tough to see the membership, uh, the membership icon or whatever to join when you are on a phone. I don't know why they do that. How do you make it so that people don't have access to certain features, but yet when you're on a PC, you can see it easily? I don't know, guys. I don't know. I can't answer it. I'm just gonna take a quick look. If I see it, I see it. If I don't, we move on because it's doesn't make sense. Let me see. I can't see it through here. Let me try to switch this account. And maybe I'll see it that way because I'm seeing options that y'all wouldn't see. You know what I mean? Yeah, I don't know. It really it doesn't make it easy, guys. I'm sorry. Yeah, I was looking to see if there was an easy way to do this from the phone, and I still have not found one. It's unless anybody out there knows. If any of y'all know, please let me know. And make sure I'm coming in clear. I hope you guys can hear me all right. Uh yep, it's Teddy. Ready with the 1-2 checker. Rex. Okay, I think y'all can hear me. Shout out to all of y'all in the community. Appreciate you. Let's check out the chat, see what everybody is doing. Hey, salute Walter Blackman. Good morning to you. It's game day at 3. Let's go. Yeah, we hype about these Knicks. Knicks are nice. Pudge is in the building. Salute, my brother. I appreciate you. Thank you, as always, for being here. He said, fire emoji, salute round, aka. Oh, here we go. Congrats to all the diehard Knicks fans on a successful rebuild and season. Facts. It's been taking a while for us to get here, folks, but I'm feeling good about it, and y'all should feel good about it too, man. Listen, this is our team, and we're playing well. Double A is in the building. Salute, Double A. What's good, my brother? I appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Happy Saturday. Travel Vibes is in the building. Salute. What's good? David Smith is here. Salute, David. Hope you're doing well. Knicks 100 is in the building. He says, where all that how bad we need quickly talk at? Yeah. Hey, man, listen, I think in the end that trade is going to work out great for both teams. But, I can only really be concerned about the Knicks. So salute to them for getting it done. Let's see. Animal Lex is in the building. Salute. What's good, my brother? I appreciate you. Look at them Knicks having to be a real team now. I know, right? Crazy stuff, man. JJ's in the building. Salute, JJ. What's good? Appreciate you. Walter said, well, it's 60 degrees in Virginia. Woo wee. Enjoy that, brother. Love it. Love it. Because it ain't 60 degrees here. David Smith says the OG trade looking great so far. Knicks look like a different team since trade. I thought they got worse. Not so. Glad to be wrong so far. Well, I'm glad that you are wrong, David Smith, and I'm glad that a lot of Knicks fans are realizing the importance of the OG trade. I know it sucks because you lose RJ, you lose quickly, and you know what they make up for on the team. But the point was, when you know that you're missing a certain piece for so long, it's very different. It let's say it's hard to see how the piece fits until you actually see it working, right? The Knicks really needed a 6'8" wing defender badly. We've been complaining about it for years. We finally got one. But not only did we get one, we got one of our biggest targets, one of the better ones. So that's key. And he gets appreciated even more, by OG being here. He came from, like, Toronto had good defense. Toronto's has had some good defensive players over there. So to leave there and come to the Knicks, that we have decent defenders, we don't have great defenders, to come here and really be able to show out. I mean, it's got to be really huge for him. He's got to be excited about it. I'm sorry, guys. Excuse me. I'm gonna have to, early part of the show, I'm gonna have to get through this damn coffee. I just gotta, it's like a vice, man. Like, you wake up in the morning, you gotta, coffee. I don't know. Sorry. I just never expected that drinking coffee and having to talk consistently would be an issue for me. Like, is what it is. Get too congested. All right. Kareem Grant, what's good, twin? You know what I'm saying? What's happening, my brother? Appreciate you, bro. Hope you're doing all right. Hope the family's doing well. Frank Matos, used to call him Sasso, in the building. What's good? What is the one trade you want us to make for the final run? Ooh, I'm going to star that, Frank, and I'm going to come back to it. Anna Grill is in the building. Salute, Anna Grill. Hope you're doing well. Appreciate you as always. Good to see you. Oh, man. Thank you for the generous super chat, Walter. Appreciate you, brother. Well, as I tell everybody, y'all don't have to do it, but I appreciate if you do support the show. Thank you so much, because I know everybody, money don't grow on trees, and whether it's something you work for or something you're given, it's still yours. So the fact that you want to give it to someone else is highly special, and I'm really grateful and thankful of it. So thank you. Appreciate you, brother. And that's to any and all of y'all. Oh, by the way, shout out to the members, you know what I mean, of the channel. As I said, I was trying to see a way for people, because people have been asking how to join as a member, and I can't really see how to do it from the phone. But I will tell you, if you are on your computer screen, laptop, desktop, whatever it is, if you just click on, if you're looking at the main screen, there is something that says join. It's clear, you can't miss it. It's right there on the main screen, um right underneath me where I'm talking or whatever. You should be able to see it. Let me see. It looks a little something like this. Where is it? It looks like this. So it'll be like this light blue join button right there. You'll see it on the screen. It may not be light blue, but it'll say join. Once again, it looks like that. And once again, it's orange and blue levels, $1.99 a month. John Starks level, $4.99 a month, and the '90s Knicks level, $9.99 a month. And it's not a lot going on right now. It only gives you a certain amount you can do. But as you can see right here at the bottom, there's some custom emojis you can mess around with. Those are old, so I've changed them a little bit. I mean, listen, there's no big deal, guys. It's all about the support. I just try to throw some emojis in there to make it fun. If you guys are in the chat and want to throw a little something extra in what you got going on, you have the ability to do so. It just makes it a little bit more interesting, a little bit more fun than just the regular chat stuff. You know what I mean? You still say what you want to say. You could just throw a little something extra in there when you're saying it. You got custom emojis like Julius, like that. You know what I mean? You got some Dante DiVincenzo, you got some Jalen Brunson, you got a little OG, you got the rebound emoji, when we be on our rebound thing right now, no Hartenstein, no iHeart. I'm sorry, no Hartenstein, no Mitchell. Yeah, Mitchell Robinson. It makes it a little difficult to be putting up these rebound things, but it is what it is. If you want to use those, we got the liddy liddies. You know what I mean? So you got the rebound ones, you got the lit ones. Sometimes the chat be lit, sometimes something's going on, it's fire. You know what I mean? And you also got the newest one, the lockdown defense, man, because these Knicks be playing that lockdown defense. All right. Um, hmm. I just got a little tweet that came in over my phone. I don't know if it's real or not because I don't know about the source. It said something about Damian Lillard is reportedly stepping down as an all-star starter. I don't know if that's true. So I don't know. That could just be one of them fake sites doing stuff. If any of y'all heard that, let me know. I don't know why he would do that. Maybe he feels like Jalen Brunson should be a star. I don't know what's going on if that's true, but whatever. So I'm not gonna really go crazy with that. It is what it is. Yeah, but once again, so yeah, those little emojis are stuff that the members can use. So any member that is a part of the channel, we have some out there. Those are little emojis that you could use if you want to like add that. And the way to find those emojis is you have to click on let me see. I already have it up. Let me hide the chat, show the chat again. Yeah. Okay. So if you were in the chat, right, there's a little icon there that, like, when you want to add a reaction, like the regular emojis, that little face, you click on that little face and you should be able to see your custom emojis on top of the other ones. So just a little something to tell you guys. I never brought it up before, and I was like, well, those emojis are just sitting there and maybe guys don't know about it. If you want to use them, you use them, appreciate y'all either way. All right. So where was I? Shout out to, I said Anna Grill. Shout out to Shy Powers. What's good? Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you for being here. Thank you as always for supporting the show, man. Please, if you guys haven't already, go support Shop Powers, my guy Divine, Knicks Real Talk always positive. I'm sure they're probably going to do a little something before the game at 3 o'clock today. So go support them, show them some love, man. Positive Nick talk, and we are doing great stuff right now. So all the talk is great, fantastic. Anna Grill says join from YouTube button is there. Okay, all right, cool. On the phone as well, because I know I see it when I'm on the desktop. I just don't see it. Maybe I'm not gonna see it because I'm, me. Maybe because I'm the person with the account. I'm never gonna see it, so I can't really explain it. I don't know because when I look at it, it's giving me all types of user options that you guys wouldn't see. So thank you, Anna Grill. I appreciate that. Where is Margaret Edwards is in the building. Salute, Margaret. Hope you're doing well. Always good to see you in the chat. Appreciate you. Happy Saturday. Excuse me. To die for. What's good? Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Another day, man. Wonder Woman is in the building. What's good, Wonder Woman? We here. We here. Infamous New King is here. Salute. Beat the heat. Facts. Oh. Thank you, Travel Vibes. I didn't know that. Appreciate you. He says, Ron, they got to hit that money sign, the dollar sign, then they'll see an option to become a member. Okay, I appreciate that, Travel Vibes. Thank you. I did not know that. You learn something new every day. Wow. Okay. Our future media is in the building. Salute. What's good? Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Always good to see you. Cam from the Kickback is in the building. He says, Ron, salute to you, my brother. Happy Saturday. Let's hope these Knicks keep rolling today. Big win over the Nuggets last game. OG finding his footing for sure. Yeah, he's definitely starting to look more comfortable. And this is not me saying it or anybody else saying it. But once again, guys, this all goes back to when the team makes a move and trades for somebody new or in the offseason picks up somebody new, it takes time for these people to get comfortable. Just look back at how the Knicks fans have gone crazy since we've made different pickups and acquisitions. When we got Dante in the offseason, you saw how Dante was playing early. You was like, why did we spend money on this Dante just to bring in another Villanova boy? Now all of y'all love Dante. Now all y'all can't stop saying, oh, we don't need this guy. We don't need that guy. We got Dante. Can you imagine? We got to be patient, Knicks fans. That's all I'm saying. We jump out the window. You know what I mean? We do too much that non-patient talk, and we out here.
See if I know the ledge.
We gotta stop doing that. Yeah, man. So it just took a little time, and Dante got comfortable. But you got to give players time. They're coming from a different place, different city. Everything's different. Like you got to give them time to get comfortable. Same thing with OG. OG looked good from the beginning, but he still wasn't comfortable. He's still getting there. I'm not talking about the offensive game. I'm talking about the defensive side. Like he's getting even more comfortable on the defensive side. You got to give guys time. Precious looked like trash when he first came over here. And I knew Precious is better than that. I'm not saying Precious is the almighty. He's not the next answer to Julius Randle. I'm just telling you, he was better than what we saw when he came over here because I remember watching Precious ball with Toronto in games against us or even against other teams. But most importantly, what I saw Precious in the Olympics and what he did to Team USA with that team, I was like, this guy can ball. So, like I said, he's not incredible, but he's an adequate ball player in the NBA, and he should be somebody who can help us out if he's in the right position. When he has to do a little too much, it's a little tough, but you know what I mean? All right. So HP Carlos is in the building. Salute. What's good? Appreciate you, man. Hope you're doing well. Shout out from Portugal. As always, I appreciate you, brother. Artifact is in the building. Salute. Appreciate you. Thank you for the generous super chat. My guy NYC BBall 08 is in the building. He says, "Sup, Ron, chat. Let's go Knicks." Appreciate you, brother. As always, man. Listen, I'm happy. Listen, if you hear me say anything negative about the Knicks or the Knicks players, it's because there's something that I'd like them to clean up. But I am extremely happy with this team and what they're doing right now. So don't get it confused. Don't get it twisted. I love what I'm seeing. My guy 914's finest in the building. Salute. Once again, I appreciate you, my brother. Look at that. Look at that Abby with my guy in Sim. You know what I mean? Appreciate you, bro. It's been a minute. I hope you're doing well. Like I was trying to say that the other day on Monday, and I got cut off because we had a phone call that came in. But I definitely want to say I appreciate you, bro, and miss seeing you in the chat. I hope you're doing well. Miss seeing you in person too. Shout out to Sherwin. What's good? Appreciate you, bro. Kerry Cox is in the building. Good morning. Sam Grandison is in the building. Sam, I hope you're doing well, man. I hope law school is treating you right. I hope things have calmed down. I mean, you're probably starting up a new semester, whatever you got going on over there. But man, I hope everything's going good, bro. Let's see. Dwayne Dennis is in the building. Salute, Dwayne. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Pudge says OG can't score. I mean, he's not here to score. He's here to help out and get some easy buckets when they appear. And he's been doing a great job. And let me tell you another thing. You see a big difference when you got somebody who can knock down that three in the corner. I ain't saying no names. I ain't saying no names. I ain't saying no names. All right, you know what I'm saying. Like, there's no knock on RJ, but RJ just wasn't consistent enough knocking down that corner three. And OG is a lot more consistent than RJ. That's points, guys. That's points. That helps us extend the lead. That helps us, get back into the game. Those points matter, man. And when you got a guy who's missed those shots on a high level, it affects the team. If that's the way your offense is set up, whoever's getting that corner shot got to knock it down, at least most of the time. All right. Infamous new king in the building. I think I already said that, but I'm saying it again. OG, now you know me, putting clamps on everybody. I like that. Louisiana Knicks is in the building. Salute, appreciate you. Kerry Cox says, I still miss IQ. Yeah, man. We all going to miss IQ. We're going to miss RJ too. I mean, I know some people be like, but there's going to be people who miss these young guys because they're part of our makeup, our team. We groom these guys. They grew up in front of us. Like, how are we not going to miss them? And listen, let's not forget, you can't just say something and then all of a sudden it don't matter. Once a Knick, always a Knick is for a reason. So treat him as such. You know what I mean? We salute lesser people. And give them that title. Why not show people who did do some stuff? Maybe they didn't get to where we wanted them to get, but let's show them some love too. You can't be like once a Knick, always a Knick when you see Ron Baker or Clay Anthony Early and forget about RJ Barrett and IQ. Come on, guys. We got to show love to everybody. The Art Man, formerly known as Steve. Thank you for the generous super chat. He says, morning, boss man. Knicks are looking good. Today is a big game. No matter what losing streak we're both on, just need to watch out for Bam. He loves accidentally hurting people. Hashtag go Knicks. Yeah, listen, this Bam dude, let me tell you something. I think the Knicks feel a certain way about this guy. I think other teams are starting to feel a certain way about this guy. Whether or not it's true or not, I think we as Knicks fans know it's true. But the narrative is starting to, arise when it starts happening to other guys on other teams. You know what I mean? So Bam better watch out. He could be friends with everybody, be cool, but you know what I mean? Listen, take it easy. Because let me tell you something. Something happened today's game, and his foot is up under somebody, and I don't know. If I was one of these Knicks players, there might be some shaking going on. I'm just saying, I don't know. Just saying, we don't got a lot of that on the team. And we don't really want Julius to be that guy. But I don't know. Just saying, sometimes you got to let a player know, like, y'all, you got to chill, brother. Let me see here. Okay. Thank you, Welna Martinez. Appreciate you, brother. He says, on the phone, it is right next to the channel name when you close the chat. All right, guys. So listen to that. if you are interested or concerned, the people who asked about it or anybody else who's new, if you want to join the channel, Wellner says it's on the phone. It's right next to the channel name, Still Knicks Fans, when you close the chat. So you can hit the button to close the chat, but you could also hit that same button to open it back up. So that's what it is. It's that chat. The chat is blocking it from people being able to see it. So close the chat and you can see it if you're interested. No pressure. I'm just telling you, some people did ask, so I'm letting them know. And I thank you guys for letting me know, because I really didn't know. Let's see. Eddie F says, Ron, I appreciate you, Eddie. Hope you're doing good. He says, Ron, from the mobile, if you click on the SKF logo right under the running video, it goes to your main page, and there's a big join button right there. Okay. Thank you. Hey, man, you guys are great. I appreciate that. Thank you so much, because like I said, I really didn't know. Okay. Let's see. There he is. Knicks, the new Knicks City and Squad. What's good? Salute, my brother. Appreciate you. Hope you guys are doing well. You know, the whole familia. Guys, please support the Organic Fanatics podcast. You know, great stuff, man. Good conversation. Real fun, man. Real fun. You enjoy it. Kind of reminds you of family, man. If you got I don't have any brothers or sisters, but if you got any brothers or sisters, siblings, y'all know how y'all argue, go back and forth with that little rivalry about anything, about who ate all the Cheerios. You know what I mean? That's what it's like, man. It's a real fun time. Really good stuff. And they know there's stuff about the Knicks too. They've seen the Knicks. Okay, let's see here. R. Dela Cruz is in the building. What's good? Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Thank you for tuning in. And showing love and supporting the show. Yeah, run up them likes if you haven't already. Please support the show. I thank y'all. Sam Grandison says, "Yeah, I'm iffy on bringing him back to play Bam too, JJ." So they talking about, yeah, man. I don't know, man. Bam is he's something out there. Yeah, you gotta watch Bam. I'm telling you, man. Look, I don't want the Knicks to get into, like, I don't want them to get out of their headspace. Right? They're playing well, and I don't want that to be affected. I don't want any of our players to be lost. But when a guy comes in and he's doing dirty stuff, sometimes you got to let it be known. Sometimes you got to show him, look, you can't keep doing this, brother. We ain't gonna let you keep doing this. So if you don't hear us, you're gonna feel us. That's why, and believe me, the '90s Knicks took it a little too far. But I like the fact that the '90s Knicks did not let any of that stuff happen. You came in, you're gonna feel it. You go into the lane, you're gonna feel it. You try to do something dirty to us, you're gonna feel it. You know what I mean? The '90s Knicks took it, like I said, a little too far, but still, that the message was known. You know what I mean? So, Billy Goat is in the building. What's good, Billy? Appreciate you. He said, "Salute, Ron. We need to get more help off the bench, though." I agree, man. I like, even though we are playing really well right now, guys, and it looks really good, makes you feel like we could beat anybody, especially the way we dismantled Denver. Let me tell you something. Don't let that cloud your judgment. It's a long season. We're almost at the halfway point. Or are we right at the halfway point? A little over it now. Anything can and will happen in an NBA season. You're going to have ups, you're going to have downs. And when you have those downs, there's not going to be any relief, any help. So you would love to have a little bit of extra going on from the bench. Plus, the other thing we do have to think about, it's the smart thing to do when you're running a team of any sort. You got to, knock on wood, think about injuries. You know what I mean? Because they do happen. So we just got to prepare ourselves to have a little something to help us out. So at least adequate that we can get by. You know what I mean? Other teams have done it. We've seen teams like Memphis go out there without Ja Morant. And I'm not talking about this year. I'm talking about last year. You know, they had a good team together. So when Ja wasn't there, they was winning games. We've seen Dallas Mavericks. When Luka wasn't there, they winning games. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying we can't do it, but these teams were doing it consistently, winning games. At one point last year, this is before the suspension and all that, when Ja wasn't there, the Memphis Grizzlies looked better without Ja than with Ja. They were winning more games without Ja. I'm not saying they don't need Ja. I'm just saying that's how it was. Like when you put together a good team, you can do stuff like that. Now, this year they're struggling a little bit more. I mean, they got hot for a bit, but they were struggling a little bit more because you lost Ja for 25 games to start the season, but you also lost Steven Adams. Let me tell you something, guys. This goes back to the big man that does what Steven Adams does, the big man that does what Mitchell Robinson does. You need that stuff. We are blessed to be able to have iHeart. We didn't have iHeart, we'd have this team that we have right now with what we traded for. But it's a difference. Having an iHeart, having a Mitchell Robinson, it's a difference. But salute to all the guys and how they're playing right now. Salute to Precious too, because he's playing with heart. I think the other thing is he's comfortable, but he also feels like he feels like now he knows what his role is. He knows where to be. He's seen how guys move around. You know what I mean? You got to learn all that stuff. You got to learn, oh, if I'm going to get this rebound, if I'm constantly fighting with Julius or constantly fighting with Josh Hart for the rebound, that means I'm in the wrong spot. Like, let them get that rebound because they continue to go here. I'm gonna be over here if the ball bounces this way. You know what I mean? That's stuff you just learn in time. So yeah. All right. Quick couple more. Let me say what's up. Jam and Jet is in the building. Appreciate you. Thank you for being here. As always, my brother. And you, Jam and Jet, for example, have access to those emojis that I talked about. So if you're interested in throwing up some emojis when you're making your comments, you have the ability to do that. Maybe you come in and Dante DiVincenzo had 30 points and you don't want to say nothing, but just put up the Dante DiVincenzo face. That's fine. You can do that. um Walter White is in the building. Salute. What's good? He says, we won't miss IQ for long. Deuce is coming to fill that slot. I mean, Deuce is playing well. I mean, but in fairness, he's no IQ, but they're different. They're just different. And RJ did have a lot of clutch moments. That's very true, Pudge. Um, Let's see. Lion of Judah is in the building. Grand Rising, my brother Ron. Blessings to all, and in the chat. And good afternoon. Grand Rising to you as well, my brother. Hope you're doing well. Shalom. Jam and Jet says Rozier averaged 9 points a game on a good Boston team. Interesting. Interesting. Okay. And we still got to see how that's going to work with Miami. They got a little bit more firepower now, but it's only one basketball. So how does that basketball move between Bam, between Jimmy, between Tyler Hero, between Rozier, between that other young kid that they got that I forgot his name right now? You know what I mean? Like, how do they make it work? Duncan Robinson still over there. On Dios is in the building. Salute. and oh, by the way, thank you for being a member for 1 month, Jam and Jet. Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you. On Dios is in the building. Salute. What's good? Ruggs 89 New York. League better watch Bam, especially today. Facts. I'm telling you. I mean, I don't know if you're going to do too much today, but you got to watch him in general, but especially in the playoffs. That's when he gets his nasty legs out there. Nasty work. Tarnell Nettingham is in the building. What's good, Tarnell? Bam be hurting folks. Facts. My guy Wiz is in the building. Salute. He said, my brother from another mother. I expect complete domination today. Might be right. All right. I'm almost getting through this congestion, guys. Jesus. It's ridiculous. Let's see. All right. Long Island Sound is in the building. Salute. What's good? Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. My guy, Boulevard 73 in the building. He says, Bam, better not start no ish today. You see it. That's right. I hear that. And shout out to you, Boulevard 73. Once again, another member of the show. You as well have access to those emojis, Boulevard. So if you want to throw up a little emoji, man, click on that little that little face on your screen, and it'll show you some emojis, and you'll see some custom emojis that you have access to as well. Like I said, it's no big deal, but it's just a little something different. But please show love to Boulevard 73 and my guy Corey Lee, the 718 boys on Sundays at 10 a.m. on the Blorange Tears Network. My guy Jay Buggs in the building. What up, Jay Boogie? He said, good Saturday afternoon. Shout out to the chat, Mr. Ron himself. Blessings and health, happiness to us all. 3 o'clock, we at war with our rival. Foot down on their neck. Yeah, like that. Foot down on their neck. Salute, salute, salute with the 3 capital S's. Appreciate you, my brother. I know you've been in the studio a lot, cooking up a lot of stuff, man. We can't wait to hear it when it's ready. Thank you as always, bro. JT Riddick is in the building. Salute. Appreciate you. Building Blocks is in the building. Salute. What's good? Allah Wise is here. Salute. Allah. Pierre Moise in the building. What's good, brother? Appreciate you. Hope you're doing well. Mets 2128 is in the building. Salute, Mets. What's good? Appreciate you. Knicks Live is here. Salute. Good to see you. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Okay. All right. I think I got everybody. Guys, understand I'm trying my best to shout y'all out as the show continues to grow, which I hope it continues to do. When these numbers get bigger, it'll be tougher for me, but I'm going to try my best as long as I can. You know what I mean? Getting through all this took me like 30 minutes. You know what I mean? But I just want to show everybody some love if I can. But if I can't show you all love, it's no disrespect. I'll try to show the love I can when I can. You know what I mean? Appreciate y'all. Nick of Time show, my guy Jay Ellis in the building. What's good, brother? Appreciate you, man. Everything's good, man. I can't be mad at what I'm seeing right now. I'm loving it. Shout out to my guy Soul Finger in the building. What's good, brother? Hope you're doing well as always. All right, so now it's about that time. Hey, and my guy 713 Game Up. I can't call it. What's good, brother? Thank you for the generous super chat. Appreciate you, bro. All right, let me put this link out there. So if anybody wants to jump on the panel, by all means, you are welcome. We're going to talk about these Knicks. Today is a wonderful Saturday. We got a great game coming at 3 o'clock. I assume it's going to be a great game because 2 teams that have a rivalry. Miami always plays the way Miami plays, and the Knicks are playing great basketball right now. We got a little something we can show Miami. They ain't seen our OG yet. You know what I mean? Love it when you OG step. Love it. Okay, that's a new thing. Don't try to remix my stuff. If it comes out and I see it, I want my royalties. Okay? It's my OG step. Watch it. Jigga Man Porto in the building. What's good? 1/4 of the Knicks Morning Brew. Jigga Man, Hector, Phil, Jerry. Appreciate y'all. Also, shout out to Eddie and the whole gang over there. Appreciate you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. I love y'all, man. Y'all like extended family for real. They're growing and glowing over there, folks. The fastest growing channel on YouTube. Please continue to support them. They got everything for you. So if anybody's here who's new to me, please go check out Morning Brew Sports Network. They got everything. Knicks, Yankees, Jets, Giants, Mets, you name it. The Rangers. They're covering everything, man. So go show them some love. Lonnie Meeks is in the building. Salute, Lonnie. Appreciate you. Yeah, man, really good stuff. All right, let me put this link in the chat. Boom, boom. All right. So there's the link, guys. If anybody wants to come up on the open panel, please, you're welcome. And let me do this before I get into hit the intro. I also want to tell you guys, listen, what we tried to do with Still Knick fans is like give you like different shows, right? Little different look. So what we tried to do is on Mondays, we have our show, myself and John chopping it up, Jose on the 1s and 2s in the background, holding us down, being the great producer that he is. But we try to just kind of really get our thoughts out and do our talk, the banter between the two of us, right? And then on Thursdays, when we came at you with the NBA report, we wanted to do the same kind of thing, give you a little flow with the NBA and blah, blah, blah. And then obviously on Saturdays, we decided to do the open panel where I'm here holding it down, y'all here chopping it up with me. You know, this is your time to talk, right? But a lot of things have changed, right? And so what we've decided to do, obviously you guys already know on Thursdays, we've changed the NBA report and made it into the NBA wrap up. And then now we've decided to split that show, you know, still do the NBA wrap up, talk about the NBA on Nothing But Knicks. And then we're going to be talking about hip hop and stuff on the wrap up on the front stoop, right? So we split the shows, but it'll still be the same amount of time. We're just cutting the shows in half and switching the channels, right? It's a lot of work. Anyway, so we've decided, because people have been asking for a long time, we've been doing it for 4 years now. We have decided to open up the Monday show, the Monday night show at 9 p.m. We're not going to open it like Saturday. Like Saturday, anybody can join. Y'all all can come up. I can have up to 10 people here. Y'all know how it is on StreamYard. But on Monday nights, we're going to be opening up the show. So not only are we going to be taking phone calls from the beginning of the show on, we're also going to be inviting one person to come up at a time. So we'll giving everybody 5 minutes. One person can come up and be on the phone 5 minutes. We chop it up. One person could be on the panel with us, chopping it up for 5 minutes, and we'll just switch them out. We'll just keep and it could be one person on the phone and one person on the panel at the same time. But we just want to start including everybody and getting y'all involved in the conversations, because we try to keep it one way for a while. It's been 4 years. We want to do something a little different, open it up to you guys on Mondays as well. So just wanted to give you guys a heads up. We're going to start doing that this Monday. So all you have to do is be able to, for the show on Mondays, it's a little different. So we need your email address. What we'll do is we'll tell you can either put your email address in the chat, but if you don't want to put your email address in the chat, we're going to put an email for us at Still Knick Fans, where you can email us your email, and then we will link you in, because we have to actually send you a link to join the show on Monday. It's different. We use vMix. It's a whole other thing. Don't ask. All right. Okay, that's enough. I had my banter out. Just wanted to give you guys a little PSA, a little public service announcement. Sorry. I got 2 people waiting backstage already. I'm going to hit the intro. We're going to come back and we're going to chop it up. I got somebody new backstage too, so this should be pretty fun. All right, guys, we'll be right back after this. Hey, let's go. Let's go. We hype, baby. It's game day. This is the pregame. Let's go. Where you at, Wiz? Where you at? Get my dance on with your nasty ass singing. Get out of here, Wiz. I'm crazy. I'm on one today. All right, let me get everybody up here. Boom. Double A in the building. Salute, Double A. What's good, my brother? Appreciate you.
What's up, Rodney?
Always good to see you.
You as well, my brother.
Hey, man.
Gotta love it. Gotta love it.
Let me get my guy Sam Grandison in the building. Salute, my brother.
Salute. How we doing, guys? Peace and blessings.
Salute,
always
Sam.
Good to see you, Sam. Appreciate you, my brother. Let me get my guy Sha Powers in the building. What's good, Sha? Appreciate you.
Salute, man. Good. What's going on, Ron? Double A, Sam.
What's
Hey,
up,
Sam, what's going on, man? Everything's good. Hope everything's good. Let's talk some Knicks.
Yes, sir. Everything's good. Live in the flesh.
I'm happy to hear, because I can hear it in his voice. Sha's sounding better, so he must be feeling better. Yeah, let's go, Sha. And let's get our newest panelist to the show today. You always see him on Blorange Tears, Mr. Mets 2128 himself. What's good, brother? How you doing?
Salute, Ron. I'm doing okay. I mean, I'm going to be blunt. The Heat may have lost 5 in a row. I don't know what the cause of it is, but still, they're coming into this one hungry. They want to get off that slide. I mean, when you look at it, they're in the play-in tournament on the outside of the top 6 looking in. On the other hand, and we're bottlenecked between ourselves, Cleveland, and Indiana going into this day as the 5th. And currently, from what I remember, we don't hold the tiebreakers over Cleveland or Indiana, correct? So my question is, what's the game plan? I mean, is Hartenstein going to be fully healthy, or are we going to have to rely on Sims with Achua as the backup fallback center option again today?
Okay. All right, Mets. So how you doing today? How you feeling?
I'm good. I mean, I've been getting a lot of rain down here in the Carolinas. But
oh, you're in the Carolinas. Okay. I didn't know that. Cool.
Yeah, so
all right.
Games down here is rare.
All right. Well, okay. So you came in with a question. We can answer that question. That's a good starter question to run around to everybody, see how everybody feels about it. So your concern is you know that we are lacking Mitchell Robinson. You know that iHeart is out, even though we just came off of a whooping on them Denver Nuggets. You're a little concerned that we may not have what we need to deal with these Miami Heat today?
Despite the fact the Heat coming in have lost 5 in a row.
Well, the Heat always play the Knicks tough. It doesn't matter if the Heat could go 100-0, even though it's an 82-game season. You know I'm exaggerating. The Heat could go 81-0, and we could be the last game on the schedule, and they're going to play us tough. Or they could have lost 81 games, and we're the last game of the schedule, and they're going to play us tough. The Heat play us tough. It is what it is. All right. So let me move it around. Double A, what do you think,
Yes,
brother?
sir.
How you feel? You think you concerned about not having iHeart going up against, this Heat team and Bam and his shenanigans?
Well, the game against Denver and the Sixers, that pretty much should have told the league they need to watch out for us. And it should also tell us as fans, as long as we're on our game, we can beat anybody. Okay? And that's the way I'm feeling right now. I think Miami going to have to worry about the juggernaut that's standing in front of them. They want to break out that slide, yeah, but, ain't going to be no easy task. They need to bring it. And listen, I think Jokic is arguably one of the best centers in the league. I know Bam is a bad boy, but hey, Jokic is Jokic. And we held up really good with them. So I'm not worried about it. And, Precious, people were ready to throw him under the bus after a few games. And, man, I figured look at this way, Ronnie.
I knew
He was a number 1 pick of the Miami Heat and Pat Riley. They don't play around with the people they play with. So Precious, he's showing it. Now, the only thing I'm worried about is I'd like when Hartenstein comes back that Tibbs opens it up, keeps Sims as backup center, moves Precious to backup power forward, and start resting these guys. Start resting these guys.
I hear you.
Man rotation, I feel you.
Being that you're already saying something, Shaq, continue. What's your thoughts on it?
Listen, sorry.
You good?
The Knicks are playing really good basketball, man. And since the acquisition of OG Anunoby, we've been on a little run, especially a defensive run. They're playing great basketball, man. And my big determination from last game was, interpretation about the last game was about IQ and Quentin Grimes. I'm sorry, not IQ. Deuce McBride and Quentin Grimes. And they play good basketball. And I know as them being younger players, they're going to have peaks and valleys. Me and Devon talk about peaks and valleys all the time. And they're going to go through, but they was on a peak that game. So I'm happy what we're doing. Is there going to be a trade? I would hope that maybe we could solidify somebody to not mess up Deuce. Remember, I think it was last year, Deuce came in the game, or was it against Miami last year? I think it was against Miami again, and we were up maybe 10 to 12 points, and they came in and gave up the ball like 2 or 3 times in a row, and it kind of broke him down that series. You know what I mean? Not saying that it'll happen this year. This is a whole different year. He's a whole 2,050 push-ups better and all that stuff, 10,000 pull-ups and all that stuff. You know what I mean? But I think we just need some help in the second unit, man. Somebody that can solidify that point guard position. Deuce is doing excellent shooting this year and stuff like that. But you know, in crunch time, we may need someone that's more of a quote unquote veteran. And I love what Double A said about that pushing pressures to the power forward position to give Julius Randle some rest, because I think that's what's going to happen if Mitchell Robinson come back. Usually teams can densify their unit, but with 10 strong guys that can give your 2 primary scorers a good blow of 12 to 17 minutes, 18 minutes, something like that, is going to be devastating against other teams. You know what I mean? Especially if you could put plays in there that can still either hold the lead, advance on the lead, or bring you back from being down. So I'm just happy with what I'm seeing, and I think today is going to be another good game. We already beat them this year, and we usually fare very well against them in regular season games. I think last year we went 3-1 or 4-0 against them or something like that. So we play them pretty well in regular season games. So I think this is going to be another game, and they've been a little decimated over there. I think they're getting that their young rookie back to I don't want to call him out his name, but I can't remember his name. The Mexican
Jaquez.
Jaquez, I think he may be coming back today. That's been a big cog in them why they've been losing these last 5 games. So we'll see him tonight. So it's I want to see what happens tonight, and my main focus is on that second unit to see how Deuce McBride and Quentin Grimes can still, if they have enough to, maybe not make another move.
Right. Yeah, no, I hear you. Before I get over to everybody else, I just wanted to give a quick shout out to some people that have joined in the chat. Shout out to my guy Danny Landis in the building. Salute, Danny. Appreciate you. Illmaddox is here. Hidalgo Soul is in the building.
Yes,
my
sir.
guy Jean Mark in the building. What's good? Hector Gaston, Gerard Charlotte. Appreciate you. I feel like I said your name already, Gerard, but hey, man, I don't care, man. You deserve it, brother. I appreciate you. I was talking about the Organic Fanatics show. They are in the building here. Salute. My guy Castle King Raul is in the building. Salute. My guy Cully Goat is here. Salute. And my brother from another mother is in the building. John from Still Knicks Fans. What's going on, brother? Appreciate you, bro. Also, shout out to Stream Elements, man, for letting me know. Thanks for subscribing. Knicks Live is a new subscriber to the channel, so thank you. Appreciate your support. It definitely is not something that goes unnoticed. So thank you for rocking with us, man. And I know you're new to what we've got going on, so thank you for being here. Also, I want to shout out my guy. First one, where is he? Where is he? Oh, I just had his name. There he goes. Jam and Jet. First one. Emoji gang. Using them emojis. What's good? Appreciate you, my brother. Thank you so much for showing love to the show, man. I can't tell you how much it means. I appreciate it. And listen, man. This is what makes it all worth it for me, because not only now it's weird because when I put up that, it looks like that when I'm doing it, but in the chat, you guys see it with the actual emojis. So let me get that out of here because that's nasty. That's nasty work, StreamYard. Nasty work. Anyway, I wonder if I could do it the other way. Probably can't. But whatever. You guys get it. Anyway, so next up, Sam Granderson. What's your thoughts on the question about how we look against Miami without having iHeart, not having a true bigs going up against this Bam Adebayo team over here?
Yeah, so when it comes to this Heat matchup, I think it would be a pretty good game. I am a little worried. I know Sims is he's been formidable the past couple of games, but Bam's just very skilled big. But I do think I'd rather have him, as we know, starting rather than Precious. I think Precious is more of a 4 anyway, so you can give him those backup center minutes, knowing that Miami doesn't really have that strong of a center off the backup. I think Precious could play a little small ball 5 for us, but be interesting to see how disciplined Sims is. I think Sims has the potential to be a potential good defender on this team. I mean, we see the shot blocking that he presents at times. His issue is he's not as disciplined. So he falls for pump fakes. He reaches in, just a lot of stuff that we saw Mitchell Robinson struggle with his first couple years in the league. So I do think if Sims was able to improve on that end as far as just being more disciplined on ball, I think he could be a solid defender for us moving forward. But it's going to be interesting because we know that the Heat like to put Bam in at the center as well as Kevin Love at times, small ball five off the bench. So it's going to be interesting to see how we guard that because we know the Knicks, no matter it seems like who's at center, struggles with guarding these stretch bigs. So hopefully we don't let K Love go off on us. I know one of the past games he did go off on us because we just did not guard him off the ball. I mean, he's a guy that can still shoot. So be interesting to see how this goes today. But I think you know, it just depends on how Sims starts. If he gets into foul trouble, like we said, we know the depth is thin. If he gets into foul trouble early, I think we might be in some trouble. But if Sims is able to be disciplined on defense, I think we're in for a good game.
I hear you. I hear you. Man, Sims. See, Sims is the guy, guys. I know he's not, but he is. You know what I mean? He's the guy, but he's not the guy because of his personality and his introvert isms and all that stuff. But I would really wish that he would go out there today and mix it up. Like, I ain't a killer, but don't push me. You know what I mean? I wish Sims was that dude. You know what I mean? That's what we need, man.
I choose violence.
Don't push me.
All I need, and Sims can just do it in his way. He don't got to be talking all that stuff. Sims just got to put them big super arms on somebody and just push him into the stanchion or something. Push him out of bounds and just look at him. That's it. That's all he got to do.
That's one thing we don't realize we take for granted with Sims. Okay, we haven't seen him in a minute, but you know, before we traded for Ihart, remember he finished the season strong, and I thought he was going to be the backup center.
He did.
And so when they traded for, I'm like, oh, but you know, I fall in love with Hartenstein monster, man. That's my boy now. I fell in love with him. But what I'm saying is, with Sims, you need to invest with him, bro. He's got skills. You know, don't worry about what he can't do. Worry about what he can do. I hear that too much about this Tibbs type of guy. Dude, if he's a talented guy, you know, use his talent. You know, Ron, have somebody work with him. But man, I like that he's getting playing time because you know it's true. He was on a garbage list until he's showing out these last few games. He was on a garbage list. So is Precious. You know, we can't give up on these guys too hard, man. But let's get somebody to work with Sims, man. He's got talent. I think he's got talent, Ron. What were you saying? I'm sorry, Matt.
And herein lies what I've always dissed Thibodeau about. I mean, whether it was on my own channel, whether it was on Mo's and the Legion of Knicks, whether it was on Freezy's on Blorange Tears, Thibodeau is a tin man who is so rigid he doesn't like to adapt. And at times, this leads to his own undoing, where other coaches like Spoelstra, for example, tend to outfox him. You look at the entirety of that semifinal matchup last postseason. And what happened in most of those games? Tin Man was too slow to make the changes and overtax many of the players, compounded by the issue of the injury bug, and the team got pummeled into the dirt. That's my issue with Tom Thibodeau, throwing the fact that he's basically bullied Leon Rose's image out of the building to where it feels like we're going back to the Isaiah Thomas era, going for veteran players as a means to get rich quick, especially trying to turn the team into a meritocracy hell-bent on grabbing the brass ring with dimwit with poorly advised trades.
Right. Okay. I mean, listen, I look, the Tibbs narrative, the stuff about Tibbs, that's unfortunately is never going to go away because he's a creature of habit. He is who he is. He's going to do Tibbs things. Tibbs is going to be Tibbs. I do like the fact that, as I've said in the past, Tibbs has grown a little bit in front of our eyes. He's opened up a little bit to understanding a little bit more about what he needs to do with some of these players. However, he is starting to revert back to some old Tibb habits right now because we've traded RJ and quickly. Now he's out there playing guys a lot of minutes again. You know, some of them Tibbs things are starting to pop up again. And this is another reason why I really do think we need to make another move. Like I said, it doesn't have to be a big move. Everybody's all in love with the starting lineup. I'm okay with that. We don't need to move Dante. I do think there's guys that are better than Dante out there, but for the sake of argument, we may not need that right now. Maybe we don't need a Donovan Mitchell. I don't know how you don't, but maybe you don't, even though he just hurt his groin, so we can't really use him at the moment. But I would be happy if the Knicks went out and got some lesser players, but they fit their roles and give us what we need. They don't have
Malcolm
to be in the
Brogdon.
starting lineup. Yeah, whoever it is, if they can come off the bench, I'm okay with it.
What does Malcolm play for?
No.
Portland.
With the Blazers.
I didn't hear you right. I thought you said, does he play for? You mean, who does he play for? Oh, yeah, sorry. Let me get my guy in here. J Bug.
J Boogie.
Greetings, brothers. Greetings, sisters. Greetings, chat. Greetings, Orange and Blue Nation. Shout out to everybody on this beautiful Saturday. If you like me, I just finished watching, world's famous karate movie. Back in the days, we used to have the karate movies come on Saturday.
I just Saturday morning Kung Fu Theater.
Right. I just finished watching one. I'm planning to watch a Monster movie later on after the game. I'm a big Monster man fan. Type guy, man. I hope everybody in the greatest form of health, man. Shout out to the chat, man. I didn't get a chance to shout out my guy JL Nick of Time. I saw him, text me in the chat, so I figured I'd just shout him out because I was coming on. Jigga, man, and everybody else, man. What's going on, man? Double A, you know what I'm saying? Talking about the bag. What up, my man Sam, the young one, the next one in charge? What up, Shy Powers? What up, my man Joe, the man holding down the Mets? And I didn't know you got a podcast neither, man.
I do it mostly for wrestling and football calls.
So what, man? Let me tell you. I'm gonna tell you a match I was at. I saw live in Madison Square Garden, Jimmy Snuka jump off Andre the Giant's shoulders on the Samoans. I was there.
Yeah.
Well, I know about wrestling now.
Oh, me too. I'm friends with Alfred Samoan. I lived in Allentown, and he has a school in Allentown. And I had a restaurant. Him and the boys used to come in. I got to know all of them, man. But I'm a big wrestling freak too, man.
Yeah, man. Let us know, man. No matter what you got going on, man. Anybody that's got anything that's part of the Nick umbrella, no matter what they doing, man. I want to make sure I could do my parts to help love and support what you got going on. You know what I'm saying? No matter what it is, the topic, you family, man. We all family. And whatever kind of sport, hockey, golf, anything. If you come out from up under the Nick umbrella and you went and branched and do a new thing, you know what I'm saying? Just please let me know, man, so I can, come aboard, shout you out, man. You help.
Let everybody know.
Yeah.
Yeah, right. Facts. So just quick, I just want to let you guys know if there's anybody who was tuning in, watching us on Instagram, please feel free to come on over to YouTube and watch us on the main spot. Because maybe we starting to make some noise over there. The first couple of shows, it's been like 4 weeks. I've been putting on Instagram. They just been letting the show go, but now they cut the show after an hour. Mama, I made it. Yeah, let's go. They're treating me just like everybody else. About time. You know what I mean? So
we get the same treatment on Daily Motion if you use that.
I guess. Okay, so I put it back up. It's live again on Instagram. I believe. I don't know. If it is, it is. If it ain't, it ain't. Just come on over to YouTube and catch the show from over here.
Ronnie,
yeah.
I got a question for Boogman. Because he was on a podcast about a week ago, and he brought up a big point. And a lot of people, they were wishy-washy about it. And I thought it was something, I just thought it was brilliant. Okay? He was talking about Williams from the Thunder. He said, why not package all this stuff and just go out and get somebody like Williams? And I'm with it, man, because we're holding on to all these assets and said we're gonna hold on, we're gonna hold up, we're gonna wait for this guy and wait for this guy. And if we're being realists, bro, there's nobody coming out. It's gonna take something for somebody to pop out there. Maybe LeBron James, if you agree to draft his son or somebody, something like that. But what I'm saying is, what do you think, Boogie? If you could tell them what you said. I remember you said, put some package together for Williams, and a lot of people said, well, the Thunder, they ain't gonna give him up. But the reality is a low budget market, and they got all these young guys coming up that they're gonna have to start getting paid. and they're not going to be afforded. So if you tempt them with a package of young picks, which they can replenish their youth, and maybe a player like Grimes, I think, that's not impossible. But that's something that I'd like to see the Knicks do, rather than waste our assets on some retread or something.
Yeah, I was speaking upon, why put all these 4 and 5 and all these different type players in for, a superstar that's already been in the league maybe 7, 8 years and probably really got only 3 more great solid years, if that. If you're talking in the range of let me put this out there. All that Kevin Durant, all that LeBron, all that, Kawhi Leonard, all that Paul George, all that type era right there, I don't even want no difference to do with that. The level of time frame of players that I would, box up, some good picks too is like Devin Booker, Donovan Mitchell. That's the highest I would go. Me personally, I'm thinking like, why not take a look at some of these younger guys and play against, the wages of the new collective bargaining coming in with some of these teams. They're gonna have to make sure that they fit up under that new rule and see what they're gonna do with them guys. If you don't even know the number, the future OKC is already this. You know what I'm saying? The starting point guard for the West, which is the best point guard, perhaps MVP of the league, and Mr.
SBA.
Yes, himself, and Chet Holmgren. That's their future. Everybody else is just scramblers. You know what I'm saying? So they're so good with, far as drafting people, and picking players and everything. Maybe they would like to reset. Who knows? But I just figured, what's wrong with a phone call just to double check and make sure, if somebody like Jay Williams could come available, what could we give him? See, somebody like that, I'm cool to play three first round draft picks because I know he's already proven and he's getting better and he got at least 10 more solid years in the league. And he's 6'5". He's a 3-and-D guy. You know what I'm saying? It's nothing that he can't do on the floor. You know what I'm saying? So, and he's a big ball handler that can offset, say, somebody like Jalen Brunson. You know what I'm saying? But that's just where I was at, man. I don't want to keep focusing on all these, if a superstar get available. Our chances when Giannis fired Griffin. That was our chance. Why you fire Griffin, Giannis? All you had to do was say, I want out of here. I got the money. Y'all keep I want out of here right now.
And what I'm saying?
Me and my brother, we would have packaged up immediately.
And of all the people to replace him, Doc Rivers, just why?
Oh, that was crazy.
I'll let you guys know why they did it. And this is crazy because I live here. So that's the only reason I know. It's because one of the main reasons they're trying to do a whole homecoming since Doc Rivers went to Marquette, which is down the street. Yep. But like, I mean, I'm with you guys. I don't really understand it, but that's the only thing that I can think of is Adrian Griffin's defense for that team was just not good under his command. You look at their record, it's really good, but they've been giving up like 130, 120 points a night. Right. Their defense has been terrible. So I look at those reasons, the defense and Doc Rivers' history and ties with the city, as the only reasonings why I could see them bringing him in, because they're paying him a whole lot of money. It's not like he's getting paid a few dollars. I mean, he dropped that televising gig that he had with ESPN head over there. So they're probably going to offer him a decent package. And I think he's getting paid until I want to say about 2027. So he's getting at least a 3 or 4 year contract. I mean, that's just how they do with guys of his caliber. They pay him. They have to. But those are the only 2 reasons I could think, guys. But I'm just as shocked as you guys.
It just shows how one player can make such a difference in your franchise, just like Jalen Brunson and OG has done for us. Them losing their best on-ball defender in Holiday, sometimes the grass ain't greener. They went for offense, so they got to understand now you got to outshoot somebody. You got to try to score somebody. You gave out your best on-ball defender.
Right.
This is why I'm going to say this for the Bucks. With Doc at the helm, good luck trying to get out of the second round at best.
Well, let's just hope that if our paths lead to Milwaukee in the second round, we face them and Doc Rivers so we can knock them out. Yeah, let's hope that's the case. Listen, but you know, I don't know what's the deal with Milwaukee. I think sometimes you know, things get a little funky and guys get a little too much power. We've seen it work, we've seen it not work. LeBron is one of those. He's made it work for a lot of his career, but he's also made some bad moves too on behalf of the organization. Listening to LeBron doesn't always work.
I got a question for you, Big Ron.
Mm-hmm.
If you let a player get away with what Giannis did, disrespecting this coach, the way he was refusing to come out the game and going back in and barking at him at the table, where they check in, he's barking at him and stuff. You let him get away with that with one coach. What makes you think he's going to stop?
Well, that's the thing. You can't assume he's going to stop because it's Giannis has always been one of those players that everybody's respected because he has a great work ethic. He showed you his heart. He told you what it means to him, and so you respect that. But that doesn't mean because of all that he can't turn into a diva. That doesn't mean that he can't have things his way and like things a certain way. The issue for him is he's lucky he's doing that in Milwaukee. You can't necessarily do that in New York or in LA unless you're LeBron or something like that. And even LeBron, quiet as kept. There's a lot of Laker fans that kind of want him up out of there. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? They ain't happy. But look, Giannis is not by himself, okay? Because Dame Lillard is a brand in his own right, and he's another one who helped campaign to get Adrian Griffin up out of there. So look, maybe Adrian Griffin wasn't the right choice. Maybe that Milwaukee Bucks team was winning in spite of Adrian Griffin. So as fans, we look at it, because I was looking at it, I'm like, yo, they 30-13 and you firing the coach? It's crazy. But maybe they say they're there every day. They know the team. They're like, we winning anyway. Not because of Adrian Griffin. We winning because we know how to play. We're a championship team. We already had this stuff instilled from us from Budenholzer. We just running the same sets. We listening to what he says, but we doing our own thing. So maybe the Bucks and the players, the franchise and the players know that. And they're like, maybe Adrian Griffin didn't do as much for them, so they don't mind firing him. I don't know. It just looks crazy to me. I never understand when teams that are doing well get rid of a coach that hasn't done anything wrong. Just like when LeBron got rid of David Blatt, that team was winning, and I don't know, whatever. The dude won championships outside of this country, multiple championships. The dude is a monster outside of the U.S., and they still fired him like he was nobody. So
you remember when the Knicks fired Don Nelson? I mean, we were having winning record. We're ahead in the division, and they fired him because of Pat. Pat didn't like it. He didn't like the work ethic. Nelson was 1 foot in Hawaii and 1 foot in New York. So
yeah, he was.
And I'll say this real quick, and then I'll pass it on. I'm sorry, but I'll say this real quick. I know for a fact as well that the front office was present at the last few weeks of practice. So this has been a thing where they've just been really managing that situation. So I'm not gonna make any assumptions, but if the front office is present at every team practice, I'm not to say that they already don't do that, but I mean this was in the works. So I mean he was gonna get up out of there. It was just a matter of when. But go ahead, Boogie. I'm sorry.
Right. Yeah, I was just going to say that, when it comes to these superstars, these mega stars, for these organizations, they're going to have a lot of say-so, you know what I'm saying? But it depends on what type of say-so you want to allow these guys to have. You're pretty much would rather have, you know what I'm saying, in the office type say-so instead of in the locker room say-sos and, in the media say-sos that blasts out where it makes the whole organization look bad. And then how much say-so are you going to give them inside, you know what I'm saying, the office, when you sit down and talk, if you're going to give them any say-so. But you know, in the Milwaukee thing, man, it's just things. Slowly but surely, you can see how the things was starting to like slide away, starting all the way back. With what I'm saying, Greek, he bringing his brother out. You want me to bring my family and all that. His brother over there, he ain't had a good season since he played with the Knicks G League. Now you got Lopez following, asking of the same thing. Yo, I could have go to Houston, but you want me to come back? Bring my brother. You know what I'm saying? So people are getting too much say-sos around the league. You know what I'm saying? Nowadays, and sooner or later, the owners and stuff they're gonna have to put their foot down. You know what I'm saying? Not much as to scare off superstars, but just to let them know, we're gonna have the last say-so instead of we can have the last say-so together instead of you blossoming out, and putting it all in the media. Because beyond he liked the Griffin. He brought Griffin there, you know what I'm saying? And for you to bring him there and then, and not make it work, or at least try not to make it work, especially coming off that speech that you gave at the end of that losing season when you was talking about how, guys do lose, but when we lose, we can't get back and all that. That big speech you made is that went out the window with what this move that you brought forth with Milwaukee. But honest with you, man, I'm gonna help Ron move on. Who cares about the Milwaukee Bucks? I hope they crash. I hope the whole thing break up. I hope players get suspended. All that, you in the way anyway. So you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking about these Miami Heats, what we got going on with these dudes. I'm ready. Slap them up today, 3 o'clock, man. Handle our business and do what we got to do to them. Sick the junkyard dogs. And I'm anxious to see what Precious is going to look out, because what I've been hearing and what I've been reading, when he was with Toronto, Miami is one of the teams he do play big against. So I want to see that continue on, but only inside our uniform. You know what I'm saying? It's 3 o'clock game, man. I'm ready, man. Let's get it, man. I love the direction where the team is at, where we going and everything. We just, got to keep playing, keep building this chemistry, keep believing in one another, keep having faith, keep moving the ball, keep playing the anaconda wrap around your body, suffocating defense that we doing. A lot of what the Denver Nuggets just got the other day, man, and keep doing what we doing. Because I'm quite sure some of them games that we lost to them above 500 teams early in the season, if we had this team playing how this chemistry, a lot of them games we wouldn't have lost, if we would play them teams right now or even back then with this roster right here. So I like the roster. I like what's going on. I like OG, you know what I'm saying? And what's happening with the squad. The only question is, when are you going to appreciate? Are you going to appreciate sometime this year of what the office is doing? Or are you going to continue on waiting on Tom Thibodeau? What are y'all going to do? Because nobody likes to go into their 5th season without a contract. So my thing is, have the Knicks done enough to prove that they deserve another contract, in the office and on the coaching staff? Have we done enough? I mean, I don't know. I'm just putting that out there to the world, because the player, the team, the rock, everything is good. But what are we going to do as far as the bench and the office? They're still on that first contract.
Yeah,
See,
I hear you, Jay Boogie.
What I thought going into the season, Boogie, my feeling was Tibbs was on the clock as well, to see what he does in the playoffs, because like Matt says, he was badly outcoached in that series against Miami. I mean, Spoelstra made him look silly, man. And just to let that game 1 get away because you got some personal feelings where you don't want to abuse Jimmy Butler. So you don't want to post him up and take advantage of a wounded deer. We should have won that game, man. And then there's no answer. But I'm really excited, man, because the key factor is we got somebody to sick on Jimmy Butler now. And that was their only advantage last year in the playoffs, Jimmy Butler. And that advantage is gone.
True. That's true. Yeah, man, I just wanted to get to this super chat real quick, and then we can really move on. Shout out to Paris Duggar. Appreciate you. Thank you for the generous super chat. He says Griffin got fired because of family domestic issues. Okay.
Yeah, and I just looked that up, Ron, while I saw the super chat, and he might be spot on with that, because From what I saw, it didn't look good, Ron. So it sounds like it
Wow.
was there when he was with the Raptors, and it's resurfaced.
Okay.
So
All right.
that's
Well, then there
probably
you
why.
go. There you go, guys. There's always something more to the
Was he
story
with the
than we know.
Raptors or was he with the Rockets?
No, it was Raptors in 2020
Oh,
is when it
oh,
when
okay.
this was a problem.
But who is he
Oh,
coming
okay.
from, Sam? Who was he with before he got the job with Milwaukee?
He was with Toronto. Then they remember he was an assistant with Toronto in the bubble through that whole time, and then he got brought up now to the Bucks, but now he's been recently fired from that team.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Well, that's it. I mean, listen, all I know is like I question it because it looks weird on the surface. But maybe look, look, we don't know. We're not Bucks fans, we Knicks fans. And the bottom line is maybe the Bucks do a much better job of internalizing whatever stuff is going on with their people than other teams do. I don't know why they fired Budenholzer years ago when he just lost his brother. He's giving his all to the team. Don't know. Maybe there's something going on there, and they're keeping that on the wraps too. So it is what it is. Their organization, they can do what they want. Obviously, we now know that it looks like there's more to the story with Adrian Griffin. So look, all right, it is what it is. No more questions. I'm done. Back to the Knicks. Thank you, Paris. Appreciate you, my brother. And thank you, Sam, for looking that up. Live, our correspondent in Milwaukee on the streets, Sam Grandison. So guys, listen, before we get back into this Miami Heat game, because you know the game is at 3:00. It's steadily approaching, man. We almost there, folks. I'm excited. I know y'all excited as well. Let's just talk about what the Knicks have been doing, though, because what they have been doing is winning 5 in a row. Our New York Knicks, baby, the Jekyll and Hyde Knicks are at it again. Now we on the roll. So let's hope we can keep this going. Let me tell you something. If we beat Miami today, it'll do a lot towards us continuing on a roll for a little bit. We could put a nice little dent in this thing and make some ground up. Look, this is the perfect storm right now for the Knicks. I'll get you guys takes on it, but everything is working out. All right. So it's not like I think there might be some fans that are like surprised by this. They think it's purely OG. It's not purely OG. OG is a lot to do with it. I would say if you want to give him 75% of it, that's fine. But there's a lot going on here. One, not only is OG here, he's doing his thing on defense, but we're going to get into that a little bit more. So hold the OG talk for a bit. He's doing his thing. He's a leader on defense. He's definitely helping everybody get into their spots and follow his lead. But let's not forget, RJ's gone. Quickly's gone. Brunson and Julius have free reign. You know what I mean? There's less clutter. The space is opened up. They can run around, do what they want to do, especially Julius. He can go anywhere he wants now. He don't got somebody clogging his space, right? The other thing is the Knicks had one of the toughest schedules for the first couple months of the season. December was the last part of that where we had the toughest schedule in the NBA. We have had more back-to-backs than any team in the league. Now, the other team's obviously going to catch up to us. By the time the season is over, everybody's going to have the same amount, whatever. We've played Milwaukee multiple times. We're going to wind up playing them 5 times this year. We've played Boston multiple times. We're going to wind up playing them 5 times this year. There's a lot that has happened already for these Knicks this season. We have been through the gauntlet. So now, with everything that's happening, with the free space, with OG, the schedule is opening up. The Knicks getting practice time. The Knicks are starting to eat, folks. That's all that's happening. Ain't nothing changed. This is the same Knicks team. We just now in a better situation because we went through all the madness. We are eating now. Let them get fat. Let them get full. That's all I'm saying. Let's go Knicks. Anyway, let me get over to Mets. Mets, your quick thoughts on the Knicks win streak of 5 in a row and how they've been looking. And it hasn't all been pretty, but the bottom line, Tibbs wants wins, and they're winning. So what's your thoughts on the Knicks right now?
Well, the way the Knicks have been playing is kind of a combination of last year's Knicks squad and, if I could use a football analogy, the 22-23 Giants. They trap you in ugly, grindy basketball. Well, they are tenacious, they are scrappy, but the big problem is 9 times out of 10 against top dog teams, whether it's Denver, Boston, Milwaukee, Philadelphia, Oklahoma City, Minnesota, they tend to crumble. They got to be on their toes when they have to play those top dog teams more often than not. And when you consider who coaches those teams, if they're good enough to where Tibbs can get out Fox, he's left scrambling more often than not.
Okay. You know, I'd also love to see, and that's my fault when you have these questions sometimes, especially when you're the content creator, it helps to have the information. I would love to know how many of these above 500 teams we played on the second night of a back-to-back. I'm curious about that. But Jay Boogie, how are you feeling about how these Knicks have been playing currently, brother?
Oh, I'm feeling good about how the squad is, you know what I'm saying, uniting together. The locker room is good. The on-court warm-ups are good. And all that contributes over to winning basketball on the floor. I love where we stand. Getting through, like you said earlier, the toughest. We probably had the toughest schedule at the beginning, and we still came out of that. And we're getting better, and we don't made a trade that's solidified something that we all wanted, a 3-and-D.
Right.
By now we should all be over the hunt, as far as the RJ gone and the IQ is gone, you know what I'm saying? And I think that eliminated when we played Toronto in the second half and realized, we got somebody that's specialized in, playing great all-around defense. I don't think Pat was just a rim protector. I don't think we had a defensive player like this guy since Michael Ray Richardson. That's what I think. You know what I'm saying? We got somebody that can check any one of the wing players from point guard all the way to the power forward. He has no business playing centers. We should never be that small ball, whereas OG is playing a center. And then we should never be in a position where he's playing a center and his role is playing against, wing players on the other team. But I love where we at. We win the games. The schedule is starting to get easier for us. We're struggling a little bit still with games. We should be in and out. But I love how we are performing against top-notch teams. I love how we performed against, Minnesota. I love what we did with Philly. I love what we did with Denver. You know what I'm saying? It's a more winning situation, winning games, winning teams that we played and we won. And I think that morale is starting to turn around, whereas, when they feel like we haven't been winning games against above 500 team, like I said earlier, the way we're playing and the chemistry we got now, some of those 500 above teams that we played early on, I do believe we'd have won a lot more of those games if we had this roster right here. But that's never here nor there. I'm looking forward to keep smashing out the rest of the schedule because you can't solidify your position for the end of the season right now. In the early part of the season or mid-season, you know what I'm saying? You can't solidify that. So we need to continue on taking advantage of what we got going on while we on this stretch. And it's only getting easier, and winning our games at home, protecting home court, and whatever games we do go on the road, we're supposed to smack them, just like we did with the Nets, just like we should do against the Hornets, and any other these mediocre team. We're supposed to smack them and continue on doing what we're doing. But I love where the squad is at, man. I'm happy for the team. I'm happy for the fans. I'm happy for the organization because we deserve to see good winning basketball. And I'm looking to move further on into the season. I want June. I care nothing about April. You know what I'm saying? March, May. I care nothing about that. I'm looking for June, and I feel like we have a chance to get somewhere this season. When the playoffs start, because we're clamping down on defense, and we're only getting better. One more move, small move. I take Alex Burke coming off the bench. One more small move. I hear y'all talking about Malcolm Brogdon. I don't want Malcolm. Reason why I don't want Malcolm, he came to the Garden. no haircut. He had a terrible game. He went 1 for 5. He had no rebounds, no assists. You know what I'm saying? If you wanted out of Portland and we was one of the teams that was talking about you should have came in and had a demo like DeRozan did. DeRozan came in and put on a demo. And then after the game, you even grabbed the best player on our team and was getting in his ear. Yo, y'all know this is your team, man. Yo, but I always said I want to play for the Knicks. Go tell them to get me over here. You know what I'm saying? He said all that in Brunson's ear. You know what I'm saying? So Malcolm did nothing but sit on the bench. He didn't want to. He showed me no interest, like he wanted to be here and part of what we got going on. So I marked him off my list. I don't know about anybody else, but I'll take Alex Burks to come over here. Somebody that knows the city, knows the locker room, knows some of the players, is familiar with the fans, is not scared of playing in the big lights. You know what I'm saying? We have seen him perform in fourth-quarter performances in New York, and he's coming off the bench. The only problem we had with Alex Burks was last time some of us wanted to see IQ get those playing moments because we wasn't going nowhere. But now this is a different episode, different situation. I take Alex Burks. It's not going to take much, and he's cooking. He's one of the top scorers in the East of the year of 2024. You know what I'm saying? So, hey, give me AB, another ball handler that can distribute. Keep Dante what he doing. Shout out to Dante Devo, you know, doing what he doing. I want to see him in the All-Star three-point shooting contest, you know what I'm saying? And we don't have OG. So many people don't forgot that we went and got, you know, Dante. So that's 2 players that we got this year that people are not feeling appreciated of and think we need to do more. We did a lot when we got Dante. He's satisfying a lot of players. And I'm sorry he got grind spot, but he took that and he kept that and he ran with that. And I don't care if you're mad, but he's performing and he's putting on. He's knocking out big shots. He's a good kid. He's a championship dude from high school to college, all the way to NBA, a good locker room guy. And he's one guy that can talk to anybody on there and tell y'all to shut the F up. In, but one person in this building got a ring, and it's sitting in my locker. Y'all want a ring, y'all got to fight for it. You got to want it. So all that good basketball is rubbing off with some of these players in the good way, man. I love where we at, though, man, Mr. Ron. I love where we at.
I love that, too. I like that. Appreciate you, Jay Boogie. Thank you, man. Thank you for giving us your thoughts on that.
Yes,
Ooh, let me just get before I get over to the rest of everybody here and get your thoughts. I want to get to this super chat real quick. Shout out to my guy. Let me get back up here. Shout out to Louisiana Knicks. Thank you for the generous super chat. Appreciate you, my brother. He said, if we keep winning games, do you think that will persuade management not to make any moves by the trade deadline, or do you think moves will be made? Okay, hold on. Let me come back to that. I'm gonna come right back to that. I got that question, and I got a question that I started earlier that I want to get back to from Frank Matos. So let's continue. And excuse me, but I apologize. I'm over here trying to do 2 things at the same time. I'm listening, and I'm also, you know, looking. I had a question that I asked myself, but I went to go find some answers. Who didn't go yet? Double leg, brother.
Even if you want to start the next question, and I mean, if you want to run the next question, you can run the next question if you want to. We got 3 strong answers from the. I mean, 2 strong answers from the last question that you asked. If that's what you want to do.
Yeah, I appreciate it. But I'll let Double A just give his take on that, and then we'll spin into the next one from that.
Right.
Look, I love our team. I love the way we're playing, especially I'm with Boogie. OG move was a good move. So was Dante. You can't just put it on OG that we're playing the way we are, because, you know, a lot has to be said when we moved Dante to the starting lineup, the way he was flowing with Jalen Brunson. I mean, the guy hustles. He's all over the place. You can't really judge his game on his points, how many points he scores. But, you know, he's fearless. I mean, he gives us everything Grimes wasn't giving us in the starting lineup. Now, can we trust Grimes to play consistently? My answer is no. He hasn't shown me that. He hasn't shown me the aggressiveness. He hasn't shown me the killer instinct. Alex Burke would be a perfect move. He knows the system. He can come and fit right in, okay? And then he can either play off the ball or he can play with the rock. So I think he'd be perfect. And then the big thing is he won't cost a lot. We need to use Fournier's contract. It's just, unacceptable the way they were letting this player just dangle and dangle. Man, give the guy a break. He's been a good citizen. He's rode the bench for 2 years. He's not a scrub because Evan Fournier is not a scrub, man. Tibbs made him into a scrub, but he's not a scrub. So I'd like to see the Knicks move him for somebody like Alex Burks, and give us some insurance. My last point, Tibbs. I wonder if Tibbs watches his interviews, watches a replay of his post-game interviews. Because one of the major points that can derail all his success, if he keeps playing people. He played Isaiah Hartenstein 82 minutes back to back. Check that out. He played him 42 games, one game, and then the very next night, he played him 40 minutes. And it's no surprise that the following night, dude is on the disabled list since then. We got to avoid that, man. We got to avoid that. Okay? And the way to avoid that is open it up and realize we can use people. We got people that can play. Trust your people. If it comes down to you sitting down with Leon Rose and saying, if you get this guy, I will use him. I will feel comfortable extending my rotation if you get me this guy. Don't get him somebody that he's not going to play, because then it's not going to make a difference. It's not going to make
Circle
a
of
difference
trust.
at all. But Tibbs, when he says that you got to take all things in consideration, that, he may be playing these guys a lot during the game, but, you got to realize they may not be practicing as hard and this and that. And then in the post game, he's like, well, if you're not coming in on your days off, or, it doesn't show me that you want anything or you want to win or whatever. Come on, dude. You guys got to rest, man. You got families. That can be a deterrent to a team, But I love the way they're rocking, man. And I don't think we're going to have a problem with Miami today. We're not going to blow them out, but we're going to beat them.
I hear you. I mean, that's okay. Let me get that out there. Thank you, Sam. Yeah, I mean, I hear you. I think that's an important thing, man. Listen, we got a Tibbs, we got to watch him, man, because he gets a little too caught up in his old Tibbs ways, man. He knows that. Look, say what you will about Tibbs. I know a lot of people have some negative stuff to say about Tibbs. They've watched certain things happen, but the one thing about Tibbs is that these players love Tibbs. Like, most players love Tibbs. Okay, when they play for Tibbs, they want to run through a wall for Tibbs. Problem is, Tibbs be using that. Like, yeah, oh yeah, I played 40 minutes, man. I played 48 minutes one time. We had nobody. Tibbs, what? What'd you say? You know what I mean? Like, you gotta be careful with Tibbs, because Tibbs is like, he just he doesn't care about anything. He cares about winning. He's an old school throwback type of coach. Before there was regulation, before there was different things that happened, guys just went out there and balled. There was nothing. If you had boots on, you played in boots. Like, no, he's just one of them old school throwback guys, and so he can be a little dangerous sometimes. But we'll see, man. I hope there's some, like I said, that's why I want the trade to happen. I just want somebody to come in here that's competent, one or two people even, that can help spell some minutes so that Tibbs kind of gets out of his own way. You know what I mean? Because he will do this, and he will revert back to it in the playoffs as well. Even if we bring in somebody we bring in here better be good enough that Tibbs can say, okay, I can see you as a part of the rotation. That's the thing. So when it comes to, let's just get somebody to spell minutes, no. The guy guys have to be good enough that Tibbs is like, all right, I need these guys in the rotation. Because if not, when we get to the playoffs, that roster is going to look crazy. He's going to be playing these guys all throughout, and then we're going to be like, well, why did he get hurt? I don't know what happened. Of course you know what happened. Anyway, all right, let's get on to a couple other things. Stafford Don in the building. What's good, my brother? I see you. Appreciate you, brother. Hope you're doing well. Let me see here. Okay. Did I put I think I did. Maybe I didn't. I copied it and didn't put it there.
Link in the chat.
There we go. Okay. I'll do it again anyway, because I forget if I did or I didn't. A lot going on. So a couple things. All right. I see a couple questions I want to get to. And we got some. Okay, 3:00. We got a little time left. But I also, I had a good question that I thought of, and I said, you know what? Let me not be lazy. Let me do the work. So let me add this to the show so we can take a look at it, because it's interesting. It is interesting. Where is it? There we go. So you guys know I had that question. I wondered how the Knicks record was on back-to-backs against above 500 teams or whatever we did. So I looked it up, and hopefully it's accurate. This is the Knicks record, guys. We are 4-5, in back-to-backs this year. And look at the losses. New Orleans, back-to-back loss. Cleveland, back-to-back loss. Boston, back-to-back loss. Win versus Charlotte. Win versus Toronto. Loss versus the Clippers. Loss versus Indiana, back-to-backs. We beat Washington twice. So I'm just saying, I'm not trying to, there's so many things that have gone into this season that people got to take into account. It's not throwing the Knicks bail or making excuses. I'm just telling you, there's been a lot going on in a short amount of time that the Knicks have fallen victim to. They're the one team that had to deal with all of this early on in their schedule. So I'm just saying, if you notice that the Knicks are playing much better now because they got a lot more freeness now. They can even practice. That's another thing. A reason why you see Precious and OG getting better. OG's first game, he didn't even know what to do. He said, I'm just going to keep cutting because he didn't know nothing. We haven't even had a chance to practice with so many back-to-backs in so many games. Now the Knicks have chances to practice. I'm just saying there's a lot going on, and there's a reason why the Knicks have been playing well. It's not just the addition of OG, but it's other things that make up for it too. We're getting a free schedule. We're getting practice time. Guys are having the moment to gel and acclimate themselves to the team. It's a whole lot of stuff that's working together in cohesion, and that's why these Knicks are looking great right now. So let's keep supporting them, but understand that the rest of the league don't care. Those announcers, the BSPNs and all that, they're not paying attention. They're not going to be the ones, the Knicks had a really tough record, one of the toughest records in the NBA. They had all the back-to-backs, the most back-to-backs. They're not saying all that. Only the Knicks fans is going to say it because we see it. Anyway, all right, I'm done.
And you got to realize something, man. OG, people don't realize he's quiet. Because he's a soldier, man. He went to war with Embiid a couple times. I mean, went mano a mano with Embiid, so he ain't no slouch. So, damn, look out.
Yeah, 100%. Okay, let me do this in order so I don't forget. I'm going to get to the super chat question in a little bit, but let me get to my guy Frank Mato's question because I did say I wanted to get back to that real quick. Frank Matos, he says, what is the one trade you want us to make for this final run? All right, so let's be realistic, guys. Don't give me what your heartstrings wants. Give me what makes sense and what you think the Knicks will actually do. I think that a realistic trade that I would like to see, I didn't like it at first. I mean, I liked it at first, but then when I thought about it, I started to get a little apprehension about it. But now that I'm thinking about it more, I'm like, you know what? It's probably the best case scenario we can hope for. That trade is the Tyus Jones, Daniel Gafford trade. I think that probably makes the most sense for the Knicks. I know it's not the sexy guy that the sexy pick, should I say, pause, that people might like, but I think that gives us the big who plays defense and can rebound a little bit. He can also score around the paint, you know what I mean? Regular type big. It gives us the floor general, because one thing Tyus Jones he's a floor general. He knows how to orchestrate, and his assist to turnover ratio is incredible. We already know all that. He plays decent defense for his size. He's not the greatest defender, but I think that works. You know what I mean? I think that gives us a little bit more. He can help put guys in position to score, Tyus Jones, that is. And the big gives us that extra help we need. Now, the reason why I was concerned about it is why some other people were concerned too, is that you bring in Gafford and it's like, okay, what if Mitch comes back? Now you got Gafford, Mitch, and Ihart. That could get a little hairy, right? But you can flip Gafford in the offseason. Gafford has another year on his contract, but we can move Gafford if iHeart decides to stay, right? If iHeart says, I'm going to stay, I'm going to re-sign with you guys, fine, we'll move Gafford. But if iHeart is like, peace out, my value's high, I'm getting a lot of bread, got a deuces, now we got Gafford to back him up. And having Mitch and Gafford is a pretty good consolation prize for losing iHeart, in my opinion. So that's the reason why now I'm okay with it again, because I thought about it and that makes sense. I was scared. I was like, if we get Gafford, iHeart's just going to say I'm out. But if the Knicks organization says because this is the thing, we talk about it because we never hear the Knicks say anything, but they got to talk amongst themselves. They got to talk to iHeart and say, look, we're going to trade for this guy. We need the help right now. We don't know if Mitch is going to come back, and if he does, if he's going to be 100%. But we want you back in the offseason. So we're going to try to keep you. We hope you want to be here. So please understand that this is for now. If you want to come back, we are keeping you. That's what they got to say. Now, if he decides to leave, we got Gafford. I think that's the best case scenario for me. Let me go double A and then Sam. What do you think, double A? Who do you think is the move that you would make?
I'm a big Mitchell Robinson fan. You know, he's homegrown, and I think he's grown so much. But to be honest with you, 100% real, I think Isaiah Hartenstein has won the starting center position. And I think the Knicks will do everything possible to keep Isaiah in the offseason. But like you said, there's nothing wrong with trading and using assets that you can trade and move later. You know, Gafford would be somebody that, like you said, you could move. And Tyrus Jones, yeah, because I want to know also what you guys think. But to me, Deuce plays more like Jalen Brunson, like more off the ball type point guard than he is a facilitator. I just don't see him as a strong facilitator. I see him more off the ball, taking that shot. You know, he has a good shot. He's shown he has a good shot. But I don't know if you guys feel that way. How you guys think?
Yeah, I mean, not to. I don't. Well, maybe guys can answer when they talk about it, but yeah, like Deuce is not a point guard. You know what I mean? He's an off guard who can, ball handle a little bit so he can play the point if you need him to. He's just not a point guard. It is what, like, there's nothing wrong with that. People think when you limit, like when you say something about a player and say that they're not really this, that limits who they are. It doesn't give you the same amount of flexibility from that position, but he's good at his position. He can be a really solid off guard. Not everybody can be multiple positions.
Right.
But there's nothing wrong with that. He just is what it is. And the best thing you can do as an organization and as a coaching staff is understand who your players are and what they can do. If you're always questioning, like, oh, maybe he can do this, maybe we can do that, no. At a certain point, you got to know. That's how you get your team better. That's how you know what you're missing. That's how you build. You have to know what your players can do. Just like we're seeing OGs here. We know OG. If I say, can OG guard the 4? Yeah. Can OG guard the center? Yes, if he needs to. But do I know that OG can guard the 3, the 2, and even the 1? One I don't love because he's running around a lot, but he can do it. But that's the whole point. I know that because I've seen it, and he does it effectively. But if I keep OG in that 2, 3, 4 range, he can lock down those guys, no problem. So that's the whole thing. You just got to know what their limitations are.
I'm really feeling, Rod, just like you. If they make a trade, it's going to be a conservative trade. It's nothing that's going to upset the balance of the starting lineup or anything like that. It's just hopefully something that's going to make our bench stronger. But I doubt if they're going to go to the extreme unless something just at the last second opens up. Cleveland all of a sudden wants to give up Donovan or something crazy like that. I don't think they're going to make anything. Burks would be a good signing. You know, to me, Tyrus Jones would be a good guy. I'm not against that. Another couple of names I throw out there. You know, why not? If you're going after Burks, why not see if they can throw Isaiah Stewart in that trade? He's a good person. Maybe we can add to our team. But I don't think they're going to make a big move. Now, I wouldn't go far out. Going back to like what Jay Boogie wasn't doing. What do you think about maybe going after somebody like Josh Goody, a young, talented player that if we have to overpay for, may be like a real strong move for us overall. I know he's lost some of his flair, but that's a lot due to Jalen Williams and SGA. But when SGA was out, I mean, he was the flavor of the month for OKC.
I mean, look, don't get me wrong. Like, I don't know too much about what's going on with Josh Giddey. That personal situation he got going on, like, people forget, like, just because you don't hear about it doesn't mean it went away. It just is not being talked about right now. And somehow, that we'll see what happens with that. Outside of that, as a basketball player, as a backup coming off the bench, I mean, he fits the profile. He don't play good defense. His defense is a little suspect, but he's 6'8", 6'9", whatever he is. He can rebound. He hasn't been doing a lot of it right now, but he can get assists. He hasn't been doing as much of that right now either. And he can score a little bit, because I thought he was a better scorer. He's not that great of a scorer, but he can score a little bit. When he's in a role where he's being asked to take on this and it gets a good amount of time, he's a triple-double waiting to happen. But now that OKC has grown and, their young player, Chet Holmgren, is back healthy, and like you said, Williams, he's been balling. There's other faces, there's other bodies that are taking up the ball and taking up time. So Giddey has not been as effective. He's still the same Giddey. He's just not getting the same amount of minutes and being asked and getting the ball in his hands to do this stuff. So yeah, he's definitely, like, if the Knicks are okay with it and you can get him, and then yeah, but they got to do their due diligence, because he's not a bad player. He's young and he's on a rookie contract. But for OKC to be willing to move him says something to me too. So I'm throwing that out there. It's a little,
Well,
I don't
you
know
have to
about
go
it.
back to the salary cap situation for them. They got some players that are coming up that they got to pay. And, when Chet Holmgren, we got to remember, this is actually his second season because he sat out all last year.
Right.
So the clock is in on him. But it's just, a feeler, man. That's how you add talent, man. You get a break like that where, he's on the low end right now. And so you jump on him and then you try to see what you can get out of him.
Right. I hear you. Yeah, no, I mean, listen, maybe that might work. I don't know. I would prefer the other things first, because the other thing is, like, with getting like a Tyus, for example, you got somebody that can do a lot of different things to help the team, and his defense he's not a sieve, even though he's small. And then Gafford, obviously, we know what he can do on the defensive end, and he's a block shot demon. So that really helps the team. But to your point about Alec Burks, yes, I will say I'm not in love with the whole Alec Burks thing, because he's a crutch for Tom Thibodeau. But I will say that I have noticed in Detroit, Alec Burks has been balling, and Alec Burks has been balling because he's playing his position. So that's
right,
what worries me
for
too.
Us. He balled for us
he balled
before
for
Tibbs.
us. Right. Okay, you're going to say it. He balled for us before Tibbs made him the point guard and limited what he could do out there. And that is what worries me, because I don't want to bring in Alec Burks as a point guard here. And right now, you never know with Tom Thibodeau. He really trusts Alec Burks.
Him over Brunson, though,
so,
Ron. He'll never play him over Brunson.
As a backup, but he might put the ball in his hands instead of Deuce and make Deuce the off-ball guy, which maybe that's better for Deuce, but I just still worry about it. All right. Anyway, Sam, what's your thoughts, brother? I'm sorry. I didn't mean to take up too much time, but I just wanted to put that out there.
Oh, no, you're fine. I was just reading the chat as you guys are going off. So the original question proposed was the Tyus Jones trade?
No. It's who do you think is the next move, the next piece that the Knicks can add to the team to kind of make that run?
Well, I'm kind of the belief now that the Knicks need to get that guard. Now, I know that you posed the Daniel Gafford trade, but are the reports still out there? Are they true that Mitch is actually coming back? Because if so, then I see no need for getting Gafford. I don't know when Mitch will be back, but if he was, that would be my question to you first before I get into my answer.
There's no real. Go ahead, Shaw.
No, it's been 8 weeks. That's all I'm saying. It's been 8 weeks. He's definitely that bone has mended now. Is it strong enough to survive another 30 something. How many games we got left? 30 games or something like that. Is it still strong enough to last? It's about endurance now.
But wasn't that just a lie because they said they were going to basically keep him out for the whole year, or at least to the postseason at one point?
Yeah, they started saying that they were going to try to do that, but he's legitimately hurt. He got a surgery. He just has to build up that muscle around the affected area now. That's the big thing. I don't want to cut everybody off because me and Divine about to go on about 2:00. So I just want to not to jump in front of you, Sam. I think the Knicks, me as a Knicks fan, I would like to see us. The one reason why I keep saying Brogdon all the time because Brogdon is a tradable contract. We get him in here, and if we don't like what we see with him, he's tradable. He can run that second unit. He can slash to the basket. He can shoot the short jump shot. He can hit the 3-point shot, and he's excellent at shooting free throws. And at the end of the year, if he's not the guy that we thought he could be, he's still a tradable contract at about $20-something million. Alec Burks, I wouldn't mind to see him coming back. But I think the Knicks are trying to hold on to all those. If we make this big fish move, this big move in the offseason, I believe that the Knicks are going to try to use the New York Knicks first 4-round picks that they have, and condolences with maybe 2 or 3 of these other good tradable picks like the Miamis, the tradable picks to go put towards this big fish that we're looking for in this offseason. So I don't think they want to make any moves with using any of the first-round picks. One of the reasons why I think they didn't make a move to get Dejounte Murray. And I mean, they got the picks. It's not like they got the pick. They don't have the picks. I don't think they want to give up that many picks for 2 picks for DeAndre and limit themselves to having access to 2 of their first-round picks that they could use to be unprotected picks. That's what I believe. And with that being said, thank you guys for letting me in. Ron, thank you as always for letting me know the ledge on these Saturdays and stuff like that. Salute to everybody in the chat. And I'm about to check out, go meet up with Divine. We go on about 2, Knicks Real Talk. Let's get it.
Appreciate you, Shy, as always.
Thank you guys. Thank you.
Please continue to support Knicks Real Talk with Divine and Shy. All right, my brother.
Okay.
So Sam, you were saying? Go ahead.
Oh no, he's good. I was just seeing if Mitchell's coming back, but if he is, I don't.
But that was the thing I was going to tell you too. Yes, I mean obviously he's on track or scheduled to possibly come back, but I think the Knicks are still very concerned about if he's going to be Mitch-like, or could he be in jeopardy? Because that's the thing. The league has this opinion about how long it takes to recover from an injury, but the Knicks are the ones who rock with Mitch. We've seen Mitch get hurt. They know a lot more about Mitch's injury history than anybody else. And so maybe they're just concerned that he might come back, but he may not be 100% and could be at risk of re-injuring or injuring something else and being out again. So anyway, go ahead, Sam.
But yeah, go ahead.
An archetype for Mitch.
Oh, what'd you say, Mets?
At this point, the Knick front office and the medical staff are worried that he's at this point devolved to a glass cannon.
Yeah. I got you. Right. Go ahead, Sam.
Yeah. And before I get into the trade talks, well, I'll get into that real quick and then I'll just say something. So for me, I think I agree with Shaw. I think we should kind of just make that one move if it's a Brogdon or a Clarkson. My issue is, and as Double A said, that's to get rid of that Fournier contract. The issue that I have with the team is we don't really know the direction of what the front office is going to do as far as, are we going to ship Fournier out for that bigger trade that people are kind of hinting at, or are we going to make a smaller deal? Now, Grimes, the issue with Grimes and them wanting to ship him out is I'm knowing that we're going to have to add another guy because he doesn't make much money. Grimes makes probably 3-4 mil. Like, he's not making much. So even if we're trying to match salary with a team let's say for Alec Burks is making at least 10 mil. So we're going to have to add some more money, and I'm not sure who else they're adding in the trade. So I understand that people do want a guy like Burks, but I don't know how we're going to make that money match for just Grimes straight up. I guess you're going to have to add Fournier in whatever trade that we do present. So if you're going to do that, in my opinion, you might as well go for a guy like Brogdon or Clarkson if you're going to add Grimes and Fournier in the deal. And as far as the Hardenstein piece, which is what I wanted to touch on before we moved on, I'm actually concerned about it because this is the same Achilles. I hope not, but if this is the same Achilles that he was dealing with, remember when he first got here, then that's an issue for me because that's not an injury that he can rush back from. This is not like, I mean, even if it's a strained Achilles, that's not good. So I'm concerned.
If that thing gets ripped, it'll be worse.
Yeah, I'm concerned because, and that's just even speaking from my own experience of Achilles injury. Even if it's severely strained, you can't put anything on it. He's not walking. If he is trying to run, it feels like somebody's like jabbing you with like a steak knife in your leg anytime you try to run. So I would like to know the severity of the Achilles injury because if it's even strained, I don't really see him being able to put much on it for a week or two. Now, obviously, these guys know what they're doing with the medical staff. These guys are highly trained professionals, but I would just like to know the severity of iHeart's injury. If not, Ron, then like you said, we might need to go get a guy like Gafford because who knows when iHeart could come back. And these are games that we need to win to put ourselves in a good position for the playoffs.
Right. And I think that's kind of what the Knicks are doing. Like the Knicks are like, I mean, we comment a lot about the front office and Tibbs, but I'm gonna leave this to the front office. I think the front office ain't playing any games, guys. I think they're really serious about trying to help this team have what they needs to make the run. And they're like, look, I mean, I'd rather be in a situation where I have than be in a situation where with the have-nots. Like, we don't know what Mitch is going to be, so if we can go out and get something to solidify our big situation right now, they got to do it. Plus, like to your point, what you're saying, like we don't know, like that iHeart injury is not there. It's not that bad right now, but it easily could turn if he continues to go out there. And iHeart plays hard, guys. Listen, respect him because he plays hard. And if he's going to be running around out there the way he does, it could be at risk of injuring again. Or something else could happen.
Especially if Tibbs going to burn him around for 40 minutes,
right.
42 minutes.
Right. So you gotta sometimes think about like, I need something to kind of help cover myself. And don't get me wrong, nothing's perfect. Nothing's 100% because Gafford gets hurt too. He has his little nagging injuries. I've seen him out as well. But you know, the point is to have a little bit more. It's better to have options than no options.
Yeah, and just to say too.
I have a feeling, and times like this don't come often, man. And I go back to 1969 with these Knicks, man. That's where I started as a fan in 1969. And so I've been long suffering. And let me tell you something. When you have an opportunity like right now, because to me, like I said, I feel our team can beat anybody. If we are on our game and we have our team, I think we can match up with anybody. And you don't get these opportunities very much, Ron. Some of these top teams are in influx. I mean, it's nobody in the West I'm afraid of, especially after we handle Denver. There's nobody in the West I'm afraid of. And I really believe if we had OG in the games against Boston and Milwaukee, it would have been made a big difference. So I think we need to do what we got to do to strengthen our bench because we have a unique opportunity. I don't know how you guys feel, but I really feel that we can go for it this year.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, why not? Sam, go ahead. And I just wanted to say I agree, Double A. Every year is not wasted. If you got an idea and got a chance, all you got to do is put the right team together that you know has the right heart and the good makeup, and anything can happen. We saw that with Miami last year. We saw that with Atlanta 2 years or 3 years ago now. Maybe it's 2 years. Whatever. 3. Yeah. Like anything can happen. People just get on a run and just go, and then certain things start to break your way. Anything can happen. Sam, go ahead. My bad.
Yeah, oh no, you're good. I was just gonna say earlier because I saw Nice in the chat. He kind of solidified what I was gonna say. Only reason I brought up the Mitch thing is because I remember the NBA, as them denying us that exemption for him because they said that he can come back. Now I do not want him back if he can't go. Like people are saying, there's no need to further damage him there. And also, I don't want to trade Grimes for one of these backup guys. I'm hoping that the Knicks do not do that. But if we're going to move Grimes, I need for it to be a guy of starting caliber if we're going to package him into a larger deal. So long term, for this season at least, I'd hope that the Knicks hold on to Grimes unless we're going to get an upgrade in packaging him and Fournier. I see some people are saying Wiseman in the chat. He's another guy with potential that's just not really shown consistency. And maybe you could say that he's also not getting a good opportunity with the Warriors and now with the Pistons, who also had a logjam in the front court. So, I mean, you could probably attribute that to why he's not popped yet. But I mean, even if we're trading for a guy like Wiseman, we're going to have to up the salary. And that's my biggest issue. So I guess we're going to use, people were saying, the exemptions. If we're going to do that, we're going to probably have to use that for whoever we get, because like I said earlier, I mean, we have guys not really making much outside of the Fournier deal coming off the bench. So even if you want a guy like Wiseman, who's probably making about 10 mil on his first round pick deal that he has, you're going to still have to use one of those exceptions.
Facts. That's 100% true. That is very true. Yeah, the Knicks just have to continue to be smart about this, man. Let's have a little faith that they're going to do the right thing. I just wanted to, before I get over to Mets, I just wanted to read this real quick for you guys because this was my concern. I think we're already moved past this, guys, because the Knicks ain't doing this. But when I saw this, I know it's kind of making its way around the Twitter or X, whatever the hell you want to call it. But the concern that I had two concerns about this guy. One, I think he was acting like a little bit of a punk, especially in the off season, you know, with people that he may have felt was lesser than him. I don't like that type of stuff, so I didn't like him for that. But you know, maybe he's been humbled a little bit, so I'm like, okay, I'll give it a shot. But my concern with him was, is he going to come here and feel like he wants to do more, or is not giving that opportunity? And is he going to mess up what we got going on over here? Because there's a very good chance that could happen, right? Because we need people to buy in. We're trying to win something here. So apparently Dejounte Murray had a little something to say on his Twitter or Instagram, whatever it is. I don't know. I think it's Twitter. He said, now, I don't know. I tried to read this. I know what he's trying to say here, but it's a little, I don't know. I feel like it's a little all over the place. He said, come watch practice. These are Dejounte Murray's words, apparently. Come watch practice and see that team play together, and then watch the games and see another team. Also, if you want my job, come get it. I want to see you be told one thing in practice and used a way in practice, and when the real games start, it's totally different game. Come run up and down the sidelines with no rhythm and flow. Come be a spot up player. Oh, yeah, not to mention actually watch the games and see how long I'm out the games when I sit and how long I actually get to make decisions as a playmaker. Oh, yeah, come ask every player on this team this year and last year, are they happy? Then come talk to me. Y'all want stats over wins. I can't relate, sucker. So this is the thing that I guess some Knicks fans and myself was a little worried about, because yeah, the Knicks look good for Dejounte, right? He can come here, he can help us off the bench, he can do his thing, but is he going to be happy? And I got to tell you, after reading this, I don't know if he would be happy, especially under Tibbs. And Tibbs is going to use you the way he feels he's going to use you. I don't know if I want Dejounte here, because it might make things get a little crazy. I'm just saying, I don't know how y'all think about that, but I just wanted to throw that out there to y'all, because obviously he is not happy over there. So I want to put that out there. Mets, what's your thoughts?
Oh, I'm sorry. No, let
me get around to everybody, because
I've been talking.
Yeah. Mets, what's your thoughts on? If you want to say something about the Dejounte thing, feel free. But is there a player that you feel like is someone the Knicks should go after to help us with this run this year?
As far as I'm concerned, I'm not sure. Maybe Brogdon or Clarkson. I'm vehemently against Burks. Even if you could package Fournier and Grimes in a deal to ship them both their butts out to Detroit to get Burks back. Like you, Ron, I'm concerned that the Tin Man will use him as a crutch and force him into a one guard off the bench instead of leaving him in his natural 2-guard spot. With Murray, on the other hand, and once the Lakers threw their hats into the ring for that trade, the writing was on the wall. We were not going to get him, as far as I'm concerned. In my view, if Murray wants to go to LA and basically be left on a bench to rot on a team who lets its star player, who is, in my view, the biggest egotist and not the GOAT in all of the NBA, run him into the ground, you signed your own death warrant, kid. Be my guest.
Okay. Okay. All right. So if out of all the people that you said, is there a number one? Is there the one trade you want them to make? I know there's options, but is there one that you really want the Knicks to do?
I've been hearing some skull about getting Nusif Jurkic from Phoenix, but I'm not sure if that's going to work out.
I didn't even think about that one. Okay.
Could I say this
maybe.
real quick too, Ron? Just really
Yeah.
quickly on that. Since we're talking about the DJ thing and the situation in Atlanta, like I said earlier, the only reason that I really feel like Atlanta hasn't made that move yet is because they do not want D'Angelo Russell, because that's pretty much going to be the same thing minus the defense of Dejounte Murray, of always wanting the ball, needing the ball to be efficient. And D'Angelo Russell is definitely not a good defender. So they lose in that area. And I think that's the main reason that we haven't seen that trade pull off yet. Because I'm with you, Mets. I think the Lakers will. I mean, they barely got anything left to trade, but they will give whatever first rounder that they have to capitalize on this window. With they have an aging LeBron James and Anthony Davis in his prime. So I do see, as soon as I saw their names, I also thought that we were not going to get in that trade. But I think the only reason that trade hasn't been pulled off is that there's a third team being looked at to make that deal go down. Because I don't see the Hawks wanting to get D'Angelo Russell, and we know the Lakers want to get rid of him.
Right. I mean, that makes sense. And I honestly think that D'Angelo Russell and Trey Rayford Young over there will get, cooked. That backcourt will get cooked. I mean, they be doing some cooking themselves, but they be getting cooked. They're both small. They're light. They don't play defense. Yeah, I think it would be tough. But, I'm just saying. Shout out to Tony Rivera. Thank you for the generous super chat. Appreciate you. He says we have a team to compete in the East. Knicks, baby. Facts. And thank you for jumping into the chat. I don't think I've seen you in the chat before. So if you're a new subscriber, or if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. I hope you like the content, and thank you for being here. I also wanted to give read this other super chat from Angry Knicks fan. Sorry, I'm coming back to you, Louisiana Knicks, if you're still here. He said, we are going to win the chip as constructed. If we add a player, cool. If not, still a chip or at least NBA Finals. I like that optimism, Angry Knicks fans. Let's go. Let's get it done. Listen, all you can do is believe in yourself. The players got to believe in themselves. The coach got to believe. The whole organization just believe, from every man down to the 15th man to my guy on the bench calling out illegal defenses and stuff.
Do the dance, Ron. Do the dance. Here you go, Wiz.
Hey, you know what I mean? Come on now. Anyway, crazy, bro. Let me get over to Jay Boogie real quick. I know Jay Boogie kind of already talked to us, so I'm gonna spin you into the next question as well, Jay Boogie. So your thoughts on, if there's just one, I know you mentioned a couple things, but back to, there's one move that you really think the Knicks should try to make. The other thing is, let me pull up Louisiana Knicks question again. He says, if we keep winning games, do you think that will persuade management not to make any moves by the trade deadline, or do you think moves will be made? So is there a move that one move that you think can be made that you like to see? But can you also think, ask the question, does management even feel like they will make a move, or do we even need them moved? What's your thoughts, Jay Boogie?
It's a few players that we can go and trade and go get, but I'm gonna sum them all up into one player, and it's one word, and it's called need. Go get me a player of need. I don't want to fit. We need a player of need, a player that needs to play a certain position and a certain role. I don't need to fit. You know what I mean? I don't need to fit, meaning fit what we got going on, fit in our timeline and all that. It's time to get away from that. I need a player of need, and the player of need is really a solid backup point guard and somewhat a solid type 5'4", you know what I'm saying, player that can come in and can really play the 5, but if needed, he can play the 4, and besides that, I think the roster is good to go. I'm okay. you know, with the roster and going to get a player of need instead of a fitted name, a name from somewhere else, you know, and then have to figure it out. I love where the roster is at. I'm okay with whatever the outcome would be at the end of the season, but I look for this roster right here, what we got going on, to see nothing less than the Eastern Conference. This is the one team that's in the top 8 of the Eastern Conference that Boston, Philly, Milwaukee, and Cleveland do not want to face. They do not want to face this team. It is the best defense over here in the East, and we are clicking, and we're hungry, and that is a deadly sign, you know what I'm saying, for everybody else everybody else that's in the Eastern Conference. You know, Boston can't do nothing else. They can't get no better. Every time you see Porzingis, he got his arms around two people. Yo, please, he's being carried out. You know, Philly, in a way, I'm kind of like scary of Philly because they're in a position where they can make a power move. But whatever power move, I think they're unsure what to go and get or what to do or if they would break up, you know, anything. But Milwaukee and Cleveland, I know Cleveland is playing good basketball, but they playing basketball against people who ain't playing no defense. It's a different story playing the New York Knicks now. So, yeah, I want a player of need. You know, y'all said a few names, you know, especially with that Jones guy. That's a good backup look, you know. Burks is a good backup look, you know.
I'm gonna hop off and go get lunch, Ron. See you.
Appreciate you, Mets. Take it easy, brother.
Have a great weekend, my guy. What is it? The guy Clarkson? I don't want Clarkson on this team without what's his name? Olenek? Is that his name? Olenek?
Oh, Olenek.
Kelly
Yeah.
Olenek. Yeah.
If I'm getting both of them guys, I feel different. But just going to get the Clarkson, I don't want to just do that. I'm good with this. I'm good with just, you know, going to get Burks. You know, I mentioned that earlier. But whatever happens, whoever comes in, I believe he's going to appreciate the role that he's going to be brought into and see something different amongst this team. Once you hit inside Madison Square Garden, like I watched Precious the first time he was in there, and Precious was like this. I mean, it's so beautiful and it's so warm in there. Like you can feel the love in there. You know, like it's like the whole fan base want to give the whole team a hug. You know, and for somebody new that could come in, they can't do nothing but feel how we feel inside that building, you know, and want to go ahead and perform and fit his role, you know. So, man, yeah, I just want to play a need, you know, if anything else, you know. If not, okay, what my guy asked, if we're playing too good and we don't do anything, if we don't do anything, they just didn't see anything fit. Whereas, either they probably was asking too much because we have a lot. Just because we got 8 picks and all that don't mean Leon's going to throw them away or use something to overpay for something. He's not going to do that. And he already showed you that with Mitch. I'm not going to do that. And when everybody, you know, was upset that he didn't do it, what happened? You know, we went on and smashed and got rid of them guys in 5 games.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So Leon, he's in the hallway shooting dice. Yeah, he shoots dice. He's rolling, but he's gonna, you know, he's looking for his number, you know, and he's not looking to out bet you because he got money. He's really trying to shake the dice and hit his numbers. You know what I'm saying? So that's what it is with Leon. You know, if we can't get what we want at a good price, which Landry stop. I mean, if we go get Dejounte Landry, come on, stop acting like you ain't family. Stop acting like we didn't give you some money, like we didn't show you some love. We made you, you know what I'm saying? We treated you like y'all the next coming to Allen Houston and all this guy. We showed you some love, dude. So you over there in the A, you know, give back
we
a little
didn't
bit.
include you in the Melo trade, man. We held you back.
Give back. Give back. Keep you here, man.
Facts. Let me just shout out the chat once again real quick. Shout out to and thank you once again, Louisiana Knicks. Appreciate you, generous super chat. I think that the Knicks are probably going to make a move, but if they don't, you know, I'm not going to be mad. It is what it is. Like, I think they've done something that we didn't even expect them to go get OG, man. And OG has been a good move. So, like, and the Knicks have kind of been known for making one move a year. Like, you know what I mean? So, it is what it is.
It'd be a big mistake, though. I think it's a big
I
mistake.
agree. I think they probably need to do a little bit more, just because
count
this
on Grimes.
and you know, injury, man, bro. With the way Tibbs is playing these guys, that's my biggest concern, injury. So we got to see. But shout out to IKBM Dre in the building. Salute to you, brother. Appreciate you. Hope you're doing good. My guy, Quiet Money is here. Salute. Appreciate you. Inside Sources in the building. He said actually Burks can come in and play a 3 off the bench, playmaking like Mullins light. Okay, I hear you. Long Island Sound 1 in the building. We are winning the chip this season and next. Oh man, from your lips to God's ears, brother. Appreciate you. Rebuild NYK said gotta have another ball handler, facilitator, or a bucket. I hear you. Salute. Appreciate you. Nick Jr. 79 is in the building. Said Olenek. Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Like I'm on, you know, I'm iffy on Jordan Clarkson. I know he can ball, you know, he goes up and down. I don't know, man. But I wouldn't be mad if he came here. But if you bring him here with Olenek, I'm okay with that, because that gives the Knicks a different dynamic. We haven't had that dynamic yet. We still don't have that. Even with Hartenstein, we thought he was that guy. He's not that guy. But Olenek can truly stretch the floor. That's something. Like, you throw Olenek out there in the playoffs, and we start stretching the floor against a Miami or these teams that think they could do it against us, and then now they got to worry about it. Ooh, trouble. Let me tell you.
That's the big thing. We have shooters now.
Mm-hmm.
We have 3 guys in the starting lineup that can shoot the 3 ball consistently. When's the last time we could have said that?
Man, it's been so, and it's crazy after what we dealt with going against Miami and watching the Miami do that to us. How crazy is that we shoot the 3 just as good, or if not better, than Miami right now? I haven't looked, but I know we shoot it. It's got to be just as good. You know what? Let me check. I'm that dude. You know, I got to see.
While you checking, I don't want to overlook. But when was the last time? Because I haven't seen it. But when was the last time somebody played a zone on us? You know,
Orlando, and that's why they beat us every time, because we can't beat it.
Well, see, one thing about that game, Brunson ain't play, so that's
true.
That's all. We didn't have another sniper, and we didn't have somebody that can break that down. But I don't really remember the last time somebody playing a zone with us with everybody on the floor. You know, I don't, and that's good. That means we let that thing go. We knocking it down. We're shooting it with confidence. You know, we're not just throwing one up because it's a 3. And oh Lord, right. Julie, they just promoted Julius the last game. He's back to, you know, the Earl Monroe $500 every trade.
And real quick, Ron, I just wanted to say this real quick too. I've been kind of like monitoring it since we were talking about iHeart. They said that he would actually play today if he's good to go at warm-ups, and he's warming up right now. So we'll be too determined on if iHeart is actually going to play tonight. And you know, Tibbs is licking his chops.
40 minutes today. He'll play.
Right, Tibbs is licking his chops.
You know, I liked having the, you know, of course, who wouldn't want to have iHeart out there? But I don't know, man. I'm just worried, bro. Make sure he healed up, man. We 11-2 in the last 13. You don't gotta rush iHeart back. It's one game against Miami. I get it, but I think we're good enough to beat Miami as is. I don't know, man. Whatever. We'll see what happens. I'm hoping for the best. I worry about it, man. You know how I feel about you guys know. I've said it in the past. If there's a choice between sitting the guy and giving him a little bit more rest to it, so I know he's healthy, and just throwing him out there because there's a little desperation, nah, I'll sit him. But that's me. Anyway,
I'm hoping that they don't, Ron, because like we said, Bam, we know what Bam's gonna do.
Yeah,
And
you
if-
can't
I'm
trust
telling you,
Bam is dirty, man.
if the guy's got an Achilles injury, it's no need to rush it. We already got down one center. We can't afford to lose two. I don't think that there's a reason to play him this game, but you know they got him in warmups according to the reporters here.
Not what
So
our
I mean,
maniac head coach. Our maniac head coach.
let's hope not.
I got a question for you guys. You know, with all this talk about, you know, the Knicks waiting for a superstar to drop next year, how about this scenario? Golden State is falling apart. They don't make the playoffs this year. That team is going to be disbanded. Okay. Green is going to be gone. Thompson is going to be gone. Now, Thompson wants a max contract. He ain't a max player no more, so he's gone. But say they grant Steph Curry an opportunity for all he did for the franchise to be traded to the team of his choice. And we all know who he wanted to play for before he got drafted with Golden State, right? How would that look?
I hear you, Double A, but there's no shot. That's like that to me. That is like the Timberwolves giving up Anthony Edwards right now. That's the chances I see of us getting Steph Curry. Now it's reasonable because Curry's aging and they need to get as much capital, but trading him to the Knicks, I just don't see that being feasible. But I mean, crazier things have happened, so we don't know. But
that's
just
a
can't.
tough one, though. That is a tough. That's like, you know, sometimes a team makes that mistake. The Knicks did it with Patrick Ewing. Sometimes you just look, Patrick. I know. Look, we want you to retire, Nick. Just take a back seat. Come off the bench. We love you. It is what it is. No, don't trade your franchise piece somewhere else. Let him retire as your team's player. Like Steph Curry is one of the last of those guys. There's not many of them like that. So I look, I'm okay with it. I just don't see it, but I wouldn't be mad. Shout out to the chat. Once again, I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in and supporting the show. A Kendon is in the building. I don't think I've seen you here before. Thank you for tuning in. OG is a workaholic. Dude is moving every second nonstop. I see why he gets tired really quick. I love players like that. That's true too. And then, you know, I didn't really notice, you know, when you follow your team, you follow your team. You go, you see how they play against other teams, right? You see the best players or whatever. But when you don't watch them every day, you don't see the makeup of these people. And OG be moving, man. OG puts it all out there. He be moving. In that game against Denver, OG was moving. I'm like, yo, this guy can move. And I can see why he gets hurt. Not just tired. I can see why he gets hurt. So I go back to that injury-prone thing before, and thankfully, knock on wood, he's been much better. But I see it, though. That guy works. So, you know, that makes a lot of sense to me. Michael Caputo in the building. Salute you, Michael. Thank you for being here. He says, so what's going to be the trade? Knicks at the deadline. I think this team is pretty much set. They might be, Michael. They might be. If they make a nice little move to help, that'll be great. But if they are set, listen, I've seen worse Knicks teams. I've seen some really good Knicks teams that never got to get over the Jordan hump and stuff like that. But I've also seen them. I hate to do it. I feel like I'm that guy who's always bringing his name up. I'm sorry, Cle Anthony. I'm just that guy. I've seen that team, man. Listen. If I could watch that team a whole season, I'm ecstatic watching this team. So it is what it is.
Navy I had to in the deal building. With Hawthorne Wingo, bro.
Ooh,
the star of my team was Hawthorne Wingo.
Wow.
Luther Rackley. Luther Rackley.
You understand.
I go back to Luther Rackley.
No, bro. You understand. Navy Blue 76 in the building. He said, this is Cam all over again with Dejounte Murray. Yeah, Dejounte Murray is a better player than Cam, but if he's that great, Hawks keeping him. Yeah, I mean, listen, I questioned it when they made the move. I thought the fit was a little wonky. You got Trey over there with the heavy ball usage. You got Dejounte, who was the dude in San Antonio. Now you bringing him to be second fiddle to Trey. I didn't like it, but whatever. Who am I? Nick D in the building. Salute, Nick D. If Tibbs plays the guys in minutes he did against Denver, we will be great. Shared balling. Yeah. That would be fantastic, but you're hoping for the perfect storm. Knicks came out with incredible effort. Their shots was falling. Their defense was manic. It was all over the place. We were giving the Denver a nightmare. And Denver also didn't come with their best game either. It's a perfect storm. It is what it is. I'm not taking anything away from the Knicks. They made it uncomfortable for them, but it just all worked out. Joel is in the building. He said we need someone who can create their own shot and shoot like Burks. Yes, someone like that would be great. If it's Burks, it's Burks. I'm just worried about Thibodeau, the way he uses people. And thank you for subscribing, Mets 2128. Thank you for being on the panel, and thanks for subscribing to the show. It was good chopping it up with you. Appreciate you. So I wanted to kind of get over to the main emphasis of today's show real quick, and then we can do a little breakdown. I'm gonna take this show to probably about 2:30, and everybody can get a break. You can grab something to eat before the Knicks play at 3:00. Where is it? Here we go. OG Anunoby has taken the defense to another level, folks. And I mean, I'm stating the elephant in the room. Y'all all see it. It's obvious. But it goes back to the whole thing about, well, there was a lot of questions for years of us bringing OG Anunoby's name up there, and people like, I don't know. Well, now you see it. There's no I don't know about it. He has clearly been a difference maker for this team. And I said it before when we had Reggie Bullock. I didn't look, when the Knicks were getting Reggie Bullock, I was like, ooh, Reggie Bullock. Ugh. I'll be the first to admit it. I did not like the Reggie Bullock move, but I didn't really pay attention to Reggie Bullock. I didn't know how good he was defensively, especially during that time. Now he's a little bit, it's not what it was. But then, he was a monster. He was a beast in that perimeter defense. You can't downplay the significance of what a guy can do on defense, especially when you get one of the top guys in the league. The Knicks are very fortunate. I don't know how this happened. Shout out to Leon Rose. And that's why I'm going to keep praising him, because as much as I've gotten on Leon Rose and other people get on the Knicks for not doing much, the OG thing is huge, man. I don't think we realize how huge it is. It's incredible to get OG, especially after all the controversy with Toronto. We still suing them, and we still got OG. This is nuts. So shout out to Leon for getting it done. And OG has been fantastic. What's your thoughts? Let me go Jay Boogie, then Sam, then Double A. How you feel about what OG's been doing out here, man? And just the overall impact of him. He's a quiet assassin.
Man, what he's done, he didn't give us a big three, but OG came and gave us a big D. And that's, it's solidified everywhere around the court. He's there taking on the biggest he's checking the biggest player on the team, meaning, skill set guy. With him checking them, he's also backing up other guys and making up for their slips and everything. Only thing I haven't seen OG really do was talk a little bit more. You're here now. You settled in now. You know what I'm saying? Now you can talk and let these guys know, what you need for them to do, because it's going to, help far as me playing my man and also backing up y'all weaknesses. When the guy came here, he let it be known, I want to be a leader on defense, and you don't get that type, conversation from a lot of people wanting to come here and just to be led and be the lead defensive player, you know what I'm saying? Just to call the plays, be directful on the defense. Mitch is kind of like, Mitch is good on defense in his own ways. But what this guy does, it gives us a dominant threat on the defensive end that you have to play against. And a guy like that is a guy like Jason Tatum. Okay, I know I got OG tomorrow. Jason is watching film on him. You know what I'm saying? Offensive players are watching film on great defensive players. If you think great defensive players just watch film on great offensive players, then you're missing a lot on the game itself. So with him being a dominant threat on us, and look where we went from the scoring total from this year, I think it was 24th or something like that, if I remember what somebody's saying. And now look where we at now. we're suffocating on defense. Everybody's locked in. Everybody wants to play. Everybody don't want to be that first guy that OG calls out because you're not playing defense. So that brings another threat. You know what I'm saying? And he just loves it here. He's appreciated. You know, he got his first microphone interview with, you know what I'm saying, Rebecca. The guy didn't even know, he never had that in Toronto. You see, he wanted to touch the mic. Let me hold it. Let me say what he ain't never been in that position because he's always the fourth guy over there in Toronto. You know, when they had their big squad, you know, between, you know, Van Fleet and, you know, Barnes and Pascal, you know, he's the fourth guy over there, you know. But over here, he's our number one defensive player, and he's happy with that. And that means a lot to him because he has a rep with that. And he's looking to maintain his rep as far as being a defensive stopper, a solid guy that makes plays. You know, when he makes a call and he tell you to go like this, ain't no looking down to see what the other assistants see. Time out. Check it. You know what I mean? Like on that strip, you know, he stripped that with the left hand smooth. Like, let me get that right there. So I love the answer with OG, man. A real student of the game and who takes pride of who he is. You know, anything he gives us on the offensive end, that's a plus. Him beating somebody off the dribble, you get into the basket, that's a plus. Him going coast to coast and dunking on somebody, those are plus. All those knocking down the left side, the right side corner J's, even the top of the keys, those are pluses. But what he's giving us and providing us on, you know what I'm saying, the other end, when our back is facing the rim and our face is facing the rim that's in front of us, that's the defensive side that's more important than anything to me, you know, and I'm happy with OG. And real quick, just jump over to Double A real quick. You know, I ain't trying to pass it to him, but Double A, when you mentioned Hawthorne, did you ever hear that that May 10th, 1973 anthem I did on that championship team when I rapped that whole team?
No. I probably
You never
heard
heard
it,
that?
but you know, it probably been so long.
No, that's just recently. I dropped that last year, May 10th, 19.
Oh no. Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
heard that.
yeah, with
Yeah,
all
because
them
they
guys.
played it. D played it on D's World. Didn't
Right.
he?
I know Ron played it. I know Ron played. These probably were. Any one of them probably played it. You know, they wanted to play. But when you said Hawthorne, the Hawthorne, you know what I'm saying?
Wingo.
It Wingo, you know what I'm saying? Hawthorne Wingo, it rung a bell. You know, I almost went off with the bars, you know, with it, man. But yeah, man. Yeah.
All right, let's get over to Sam and then Double A. We'll wrap this one up. But yeah, man, listen, OG has been fantastic, and one of the other things that I just want to say that I love about OG is his timing. Keys to defensive players is being able to obviously see the court and communicate with the rest of the players on the court, right? And just obviously having the skill set to be able to do it, good footwork, all that good, but his timing. The OG could just be playing his guy and stick his hand into the passing lane or just try to knock the ball away from somebody else who's going past him. He's got really good timing. Anyway, Sam, what's your thoughts on OG and what he's done for this New York Knicks team and just so you guys know, just to give you a little bit more information to go on. Currently, I'm not doing it up on the screen, but you know, obviously the Knicks are 11-2 over the last 13 games. Right now, as currently constructed. Oh shoot, where's my where is it? Hold on. The Knicks have, well, I think you already know this, but if you don't know it, in the last 13 games since the OG move, the Knicks have the #1 defensive rating in the NBA, 103.3. #1 right now since the OG move. Okay, go ahead, Sam.
I was making sure I wasn't muted. You can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, as far as the OG move, like I said from when we first traded him, I feel like that was a great move by the front office. I mean, obviously you don't want to see IQ go, but you understand why you had to make a move like that. Now, in picking up an OG, you get to allow Randall to get a rest on defense and not have to deal with some of the deficiencies he has in guarding some of these premier players, wings, and power forwards in the league. You can do like how we're going to do today and sick OG on a guy like Jimmy Butler and not have to worry about Randall getting tired and wearing out and also being just exposed in some of the areas that he lacks on defense. And it's also a plus that you have a guy like OG who can knock down the shot. So he is a threat. If we can see more of that mid-range pull-up that he showed the other night, I think he'll really be an issue for a lot of teams because he does have a handle to where he can get to his spots, and he's strong enough to where he's finishing well at the rim. So I think if we see a little bit more of that pull-up mid-range game from OG, I think that could cause a lot of problems for teams. Also, I mean, I forget who mentioned it to me, but this is my best comparison. They aren't the same player, but I understand how Tibbs use them. And I feel like this is Tibbs' version, if we're going off that Bulls team, of Luol Deng. He expects the same things out of OG as he did when he had Luol Deng, as far as a guy who can knock down the shot. I mean, people might say Luol was a better shooter, which is fair, but Luol Deng was a solid defender. OG might have him there, but if I look at just the makeup of those two guys, I feel like that's my comparison. And Tibbs is trying to morph this Bulls team that he had in the past with his current Knicks squad. I think that's the best comparison that I could give to it. And if we do end up making another trade for a guard to hopefully spell Brunson some time to recuperate on the bench, I think that you could see OG play a little bit more with the bench in the future and do a little bit of ball handling duties. We saw RJ do that before he got shipped out. And I think that's something interesting to look forward to, is seeing OG do a little bit more of the ball handling duties coming off that second unit if he does play some spot minutes with them. But I do like the trade. And so far as we see, I mean, OG has really been a big impact for us. We needed a wing defender. So interested to see how this goes in the long term for us. But I think this puts us in a better spot, as everybody knows, as far as competing with these more premier teams like AA saying. I mean, this move puts us into competition where we can actually compete with these guys in a 7-game series, like a Celtics or a Bucks or even Philly. So yeah, I like the move so far.
All right. Cool. And shout out to the chat once again. Alfonso Scott is here. Salute to you. Salute to my guy, Big Task at Hand. Appreciate you. It's good to see you as always. And shout out to James Sumler, who's here. He said Luther Rackley used to be a Laker too. Ooh, he's taking it back. I don't even know Luther Rackley. Appreciate you.
You ain't missing nothing.
Yeah, you need to go back and listen to that 1973.
Yeah,
and don't worry, Sam. I take credit for that Luol Deng. Don't worry.
Thank you. I knew somebody said it. I just forgot who. That's why I didn't want to just say anybody's name.
Yeah. No, he definitely that he's playing that role for the Knicks. Definitely, I agree. And I loved Luol Deng, to be honest with you. I mean, he was a good player. Before I get over to AA, I just wanted to say to you guys, please, if you are here and you haven't already done so, please smash that like button for the show. Show your love to not only the show, but this great panel we got today. It looks a little something like this. Yeah, please smash that like button, and it definitely helps us, man. We keep growing. There you go. just like that, just like Jay Boogie did.
and like homeboy, I tap it, just tap.
Tap it. And then for those who may not be, listen, it is what it is. Everybody's not so electronically skilled. Sometimes a little challenging. You may not see the like button because if you're on your phone, the chat is up, right? So just hit the chat button to say hi, chat. Hit the like button, and then hit the comment button again, and the comments will bring up the chat again. So I mean, I'm trying to get you right. Yeah, smash that like button, show your love for the show. I appreciate you. Before I get over to AA, I also wanted to say one other thing, because we were talking about we were talking about 3-point shooting, and I had mentioned that it's crazy what AA said, about how good we shoot the three. I mean, after what we dealt with Miami and how they stretched the floor on us with they're big and then with these other guys shooting the three, it's crazy that in 1 year we were able to turn around this team and become one of the better 3-point shooting teams in the league, if not right there with Miami. And we literally are right there with Miami. I'm not putting it up on the screen, but I'm reading it for you. Miami is still a little better than us. They are 37.7% from three. We are 37.2. Can you imagine? I mean, we were getting smoked by Miami from three, outside of Brunson, and it's just crazy how in 1 year we could turn that around and kind of fix what was one of our biggest ills. Like, that's nuts. All right, AA, what's your thoughts on everything we were talking about? OG and the stuff.
If you took a survey of what all on all the channels, and you wrote down everything somebody said we needed on the channel. Every fan said that we needed to get better, you would make an OG Anunoby. It's a perfect thing. He fits like a perfect piece of the puzzle. Now, the one thing we have to look out for is adding another superstar because OG made it plain and simple. He wants more of a hand in the offense. That was his thing. He said coming from Toronto, that whatever team he went to, he wanted a bigger role in the offense. And I think he deserves it and he should get it, especially the way he shoots. He fits perfectly, and I'm sure that he would take a step back behind Brunson and Randall. But I don't think if you bring somebody else, he'll go for that, like where he's the fourth fiddle, you know. And he has shown the offensive skill to show that he can do it. You know, he can be that third option. And he fits that third option better than RJ ever did, you know. And I'm an RJ fan, you know, and I root for the guy. But I mean, it's like night and day what he brings from what RJ brings, you know. So I'm very happy with this team, Ron, and I think if we do it the right way, we can make some noise, man.
Yeah, I agree with you, man. I'm
Here is my
really
last take of the day, and I know
okay.
this is gonna sound crazy, and a lot of people are gonna throw me under the bus, okay? But it's all good. But if you think about it, and you think about this guy's past, and you think about what this guy has done in the FIBA games and all that, if we are not able to trade somebody, for us for Tibbs to sit down and say, Fournier, I'm giving you a chance because what we need, you have done in the past. You have been that scorer. You can shoot. He can shoot the three ball. He can handle the rock. And for 10 to 15 minutes that we need somebody to play, I think he could do the job. Okay, come get me. Come get me. But
yeah, remember what
Fournier was. Remember what Fournier was before he came to us. He wasn't a bum.
He wasn't. He wasn't.
Like I look, I mean, if we need that, then yeah, I don't know. The way this team is constructed right now, it's tough, man. Like in order to get that really going, Knicks need to get them practices going and get them acclimated. And he got to get comfortable again. Could it happen? Yeah.
That's what the rest of the season is for. But come on, man, the guy can shoot. He was the best 3-point shooter in our history. Okay, and we got him rotting on the bench, and we needed 3-point shooting. So now he would be a luxury. We don't need him to be the main 3-point scorer, Ryan. You know what I'm saying? We just need him come in a few minutes a game and do what you got to do.
Technically, he hit the most 3-point shots in our history
there
of the season.
We go.
But I think the best 3-point shooter we've had, unless I don't know too far, I don't go that far back. But I think it's my guy. You know what I mean? Discount double check my guy Novak. I think Novak percentage-wise has been our best assassin.
Yeah. But I'm talking about somebody who played.
Yeah. As far as he broke the record. He hit the most threes. Yeah, I mean, you know, listen, Fournier did his thing. I'm not going to shortchange him for that. Shout out to Sang Freud 929 in the building. Salute to you. Also, shout out to Omar Wright is here. He says, first time everyone here. Blessings. Been a diehard Knicks fan since the 70s. Now I'm out of hiding. My Knicks doing the business. Let's go, baby. Keep up the great work, fellas. And I just want to give everybody a shout out. If there's anybody new who just joined, sometimes I usually have this on already. I have subscriber mode on. That does not mean that you can't comment in the chat. It just means you have to subscribe first and be a subscriber for 5 minutes before you can start commenting. But once you are, you can comment as much as you want, and it never affects you again. So I apologize about that if you just got hit with that. So I don't want you to get all like freaked out. Shout out to Skinny B37. Can you imagine? He said, can you imagine when Mitch come back healthy, that defense? Yeah, I mean, that's what we're all like. That's like the you know, the next thing. It's like playing a video game. Can I level up? You know what I mean? Like, that's the thing. We just hope that we can get Mitch back and he's healthy. But I'm telling you guys right
And
now,
Ron,
y'all haven't seen it.
imagine he don't have to stick up now for Randall and RJ
I know.
and this guy
That's
and
what
this guy.
I'm
Oh my
saying.
goodness.
Because OG
Oh
is
my
so
goodness.
big. He's so huge for this team. OG does all of that other little dirty work stuff that Mitch, as a center, had to run around and do. You allow Mitch to just stay where he's at and do what he got to do. Ain't nobody coming in there. Nobody's coming into the paint.
You watch those block shots per game go up. Because that's the only
100%.
reason why people are like, why he averaging more blocks? Because he's all over the place, man.
True. That's
And
very
people
true.
don't try him. They don't try him.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's fair. That's fair. I know some people want to get now. The other thing is, I'm not going to get into the whole thing, but you guys know, like, the ball moves better when Hartenstein's out there. But as far as defense, when Mitch is able to just lay back there and do what he's got to do and scope it out, he's a beast. My 2 cents. Shout out to you. Thank you for being here. It says salute, guys, and a shouting out Jay Boogie. Once again, Jay Boogie bringing all the Knicks community together. Salute with the 3 capital S's, as he would say. Appreciate y'all, man. All right, so I know I said 2:30, but I do want to kind of just bring up the game preview for today's game real quick, so we take a quick look at it, and we'll just get out of here. You guys give your thoughts on what you think is going to happen in the game, and we move on. And please, if you, and I want to send y'all over to Knicks Real Talk with my guy Divine and Shah. They're still rocking, doing their pregame real quick. So let me just put this up real quick, and we can just look at it. Games. Where we at? Here we go. And here is the game chart. Okay, let me share this with y'all. Boom, boom, boom. All right. Let me get that down there. Boom. All right. Thank you, guys. If you're just tuning in, we are rocking here. You are tuned in to Still Knick Fans. This is Know the Ledge. I am Ron. I got my special panelists today, Double A, my guy Jay Boogie, a.k.a. The Closer, and Mr. Sam Granderson in the building. Okay, let's share this. Okay, so here we go, guys. This is what it's looking like. All right. So as you can see, now, mind you, if you're new and not really used to this, this is just the game kind of game chart, game preview type thing to kind of show you what both teams have averaged for this current season. As you can see, the Miami Heat are averaging 110 points per game. Knicks are at 115. Look at that. That's a nice number. Rebounds per game, Miami's at 41. Knicks are at 46. Assists per game, the Miami Heat are at 25, which is always a good number, decent number. The Knicks are now at 24 per game. Very nice. Excuse me. Steals 7.4 to 7.5. That's a wash. Blocks 3.3 to 3.9. That's a wash. Turnovers 12.6 to 12.9. That's a wash. Field goal percentage 46.2 to 46.8. That's a wash. 3-point percentage 37.7 to 37.2. That's a wash. But free throw percentage, Miami's still a very good free throw shooting team. The Knicks have been a lot better, and I especially think over the last month, I think our number is a little closer to 80. I could be wrong, but we've been shooting pretty good from the free throw line of recent times. But even 78.4 is not horrible. But to 82, Miami's got the edge there. Points in the paint, 45.9 for Miami, 49 for the Knicks. We got the edge. Second chance points, 12 for Miami, 16.7 for the Knicks. We have the edge. And then fast break points, 11.8 to 14.9. The Knicks have the edge. So really, I think this is surprising to me. The Knicks are just a better team than Miami. I mean, we are. I think Knicks fans know that. But what really surprised me is this middle area, the steals, the blocks, the turnovers, the field goal percentage, and this 3-point percentage. I mean, we've turned into a better version of the Miami Heat. What the hell happened? It's crazy. Anyway, just want to get your thoughts real quick. Double A, what's your thoughts on today's game? How do you feel? Do you think the Knicks get the W? And if you want to predict the score, by all means.
I don't think it's going to be a blowout. I mean, we can't expect a blowout every game. I know people are saying, oh, let's dust them by 30. Let's get the W. That's the most important part. No matter how we do it, let's get the W. And, Let's do it. And I think we're gonna win. I think it's gonna be like 110 to 100, something like that. It's not gonna. We'll win in double figures, but it ain't gonna be 20 points. But I think we're gonna handle them.
Okay. Okay. All right. Sounds good. What you think, Sam?
Yeah, so I'm thinking as always, this is gonna be a barn burner with the Heat. I feel like all of our games are usually pretty close, and it's gonna come down to just us being consistent out the gate. I think that's gonna put us in a better spot today if we just come with that fire early because Miami could possibly start off slow, but also this depends on how locked in Sims is today. I think that'll be a key for the game because I know that we got the word out about iHeart warming up. I'm not really in the camp of actually playing him, so I'd be more interested to see how Sims does against his matchup on Bam. And as I think somebody noted earlier, we might even see OG get switched off on the Bam at times. I mean, we have guys who could cover him. I'm just interested to see how our young centers play against this Miami Heat squad. And also, as I just saw on I think it was Bleacher Report or something like that. If the Knicks win today and the 76ers lose, we're only a game out of third seed, which is really good for us considering we need that home court advantage locked up if we can, and also just for standing purposes. So, I mean, the Knicks do have, like I think Met said it earlier, tiebreakers that we need to take advantage of and be on the better hand of those. But the Knicks win today means a lot in both aspects of beating the Heat, a rival of ours, and also for standing purposes. So I'm interested
Yeah.
to see how the Knicks come out. But I mean, I think honestly it's going to come down to the wire because that's pretty much what all of our games are.
I hear you. Makes sense. Jay Boogie, what's your thoughts, brother? How you feeling?
I'm looking forward to be 113 to 107, something like that in that area. We knocking these guys off. And the good thing about it, when you speak of Philly, I'm on record saying by the end of February, we're going to be in either one. I mean, we either going to be at a 2 or 3 seed. I'm already on record saying that. And we're playing Philly in their home early part of the season. Later in the league, later in the year, we'll have them at home to finish out the series. But yeah, I look for us to go ahead and just go ahead and stop. Just go ahead and knock Miami off. To treat them the same way as when Atlanta knocked us off that year in the playoffs. We came back and bust them up pretty much all year. I look for the same thing. Guys feel some kind of way, with Miami knocking us off last year. I look for them to feel like today is our game 7 against Miami last year today, and go ahead and knock these guys off, man. And the defense has got more physical. Yeah, Miami shooting pretty good, from the 3, but they haven't been playing guys that's defending the 3 ball, that's making sure they get a hand up in their face, that's fighting over their screens, making sure they don't get good looks. You know what I'm saying? Those are all the things the Knicks do. And we scrappers, and our production far as getting to loose balls is more up than this has ever been. So we're scrappers far as on this team. I look for us to handle our business and do what we got to do and continue on looking and hoping Cleveland keep losing. They keep fighting off these games and getting these wins. You know what I'm saying? But it's okay. I look for the Garden crowd to be turned up. And the building to be waving, shaking from side to side. Stop all trains. When the game tip off, no more train movement, no nothing else. Back the trains up, at least 3 trains, at a time, the 3 different trains ready to go for when the game end. People got a quick way to get home and everything. But let's go, Knicks, man. Ron, another fantastic show with you, on you, my brother. I need to get with you, see what you got going on Thursday, because if you ain't got nothing going on Thursday, I might just come up on your hip-hop joint, and let off a couple of things, you know what I'm saying? I know that people probably been impatient, know what I got going on, but when I tell you I got some fire, you know what I'm saying? My level far as what I'm doing with the Knicks is on a whole different level, far as with the music and everything, so I got some other things on the side separately from what I'm trying to do with the Knicks, you know what I'm saying? Because I got to make sure I continue on keeping y'all first. No matter what's going on with me and the Knicks, you know what I'm saying, with our negotiation, that's never going to interfere with what I do as far as, you know what I'm saying, the podcast is with the chats and with their listeners, you know what I'm saying. You know, I have to continue on making sure I do things for y'all and same way as me continue on trying to do things for the New York Knicks. But let's get it, man. You know what I'm saying? Another successful show. Blessings to the chat, man. Hope everybody in the greatest form of health. Anything that you're going through in life, we don't pray that you also go through it. We also pray that you get through it. You know what I'm saying? Happy 24 to anybody I have not said that to. You know what I'm saying? Happy 24. We're calling this the Mamba year. No matter what you're doing in life, make sure you Mamba up, you know what I'm saying? And give your all-out effort to what it is. Receive and achieve all your goals. Don't look at them as just being, you know what I'm saying, notes that I wrote down. Complete your notes, you know what I'm saying? Pass your courses and get whatever you need to be so you can become whatever you need to be in life. Always know that you're your own roadblock. You can become successful when somebody else can make you unsuccessful. Believe in yourself, you know what I'm saying? Believe and live your dreams. Salute, salute, salute. 3 capital S's to you, everybody.
Thank you so much, Jay Boogie. I appreciate you for always giving the kind words, giving the positive energy to all of us in the community, and to just people in general, man. Really good dude. As I always say, I tell you how much I love chopping it up with Jay Boogie. And thank you to Sam. Appreciate you, brother, taking time for your busy school schedule. You know what I mean? The next lawyer to be, my guy. Appreciate you, brother. And shout out to Double.
Right
Yeah,
there.
he's our future, man.
Yeah, if Leon gets out that office, that's where we need to go, James. Stop playing, you know what I'm saying? And beyond, we ain't taking no pay cuts because, you know what I'm saying, he's a new graduate. No, we need the full throttle.
Right. This is who Whitney Houston was talking about when she said that she believes the children. I mean, he a man now, but you know what I mean? You know what I'm saying?
I got some youth.
And shout out to my guy Double A. As always, Double A, I appreciate you being here.
Hey,
rocking
Boogie,
with me, bro.
we got to get down, man. You know, I'm a space bassist, man, and I do beats.
Man. But listen, I mean, hey, I'm reachable, man. I'm easy to reach.
Right.
If you got Ron's information, Ron can give it to you. I'm reachable.
No, I don't have Ron's. I don't have Ron's yet. But yeah. I was gonna stop through sometime on his Thursday show because he told me about that. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I know it's been a little tough lately, guys, because the Knicks have been playing on Thursday. So I've been like kind of debating whether I do it or not, and I don't even know if they play this Thursday. But I'm gonna have to figure out a way to make it happen. Whether I have to do it anyway, or maybe I flip it just on the days when they play on a Thursday, and maybe I could do something early on a Friday because I don't want to impede or jump into somebody else's time. You know, everybody. It's tough in the Knicks community. You know what I mean? Everybody goes on when they can go on. And, you know, I don't want anybody to think I'm trying to take any of their shine or any of their people. So I try my best to kind of work when I can work.
Ron, I got big news for you, too.
What's that?
He's starting. They just put out the roster. iHeart is starting tonight. So he will be out there, guys. I had a hunch. And the New York Knicks media just put it true with iHeart in the starting 5, guys. So it should be a good game.
No, it should. Look, if he's gonna play well, the Knicks will be in a better spot. But I'm just you know, let's
well, Bam can't cheat with iHeart. He can't cheat. You know,
well, he can try. He can try, man. He's a slick one.
He's got other ways, Double A.
He's crazy. Anyway, let me do this real quick before we get out of here, because like I said, I want y'all to get over to watch Sha Money and my guy Divine, Knicks Real Talk. Wiz says 134-92. Wiz predicting a blowout. Look, Wiz has been kind of, you know, I get on him for his horrible singing and whatever, but you know, sometimes he be predicting some stuff that be right. He said Deuce was gonna catch a dunk. He said the Knicks was gonna blow out the other thing. You know, I'm like, okay, Wiz. All right, maybe you're right, Wiz. Fine. Shout out to King Ribby in the building. Salute to you, King Ribby. Appreciate you, my brother. Shout out to Freeman 48 in the building. Salute. Was good. We surveyed 100 people in the building. Appreciate you. Well, no, they're playing iHeart now. Now we know. So it is what it is.
Yeah, it's confirmed.
Robinson, you notice Wiz been ducking your show, right? Ever since
since they
found out I dunked on him on West 4th Street.
Look, Wiz, look, Wiz tried to get on me for my singing. I ain't no lead singer. I told you I can harmonize though. Put me in the background. I could do that, okay?
Yeah. You
But
got
I
that
ain't
quiet
doing the other
storm
stuff.
voice. You got the quiet storm voice.
Shout out.
Hey, don't let Ron fool you. You know what I'm saying? See, it slipped up years and years later. That y'all don't even know where that come from. That was Ron.
Luther.
That was Ron on that method jet. I came to bring the pain, hardcore for the brain. That was Ron in the background. That was Ron, y'all.
Yeah. They dubbed him in for
man, you
Luther.
crazy, Jay Boogie.
When Luther was going, that was Ron.
Yeah, he got that from me. Quiet as kept. But anyway, I don't want to toot my own horn, but toot. Anyway, okay. Shout out to my guy Randy Montalvo. Another one, brother from another mother, man. Appreciate you, bro. We was in first grade together.
Let's go get it, man.
Back. Appreciate
15
you, bro.
minutes of game time. I'm out, fellas.
Let's go. All right, yo.
Love
Thank
it.
you, Double A. Appreciate
Peace.
you.
See you guys. Sam, keep it going, bro.
Yes, sir.
man.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did I have another? I think there was another super chat that I had just because I don't know if I read it. Did I read it? No. Inside Source. Thank you, brother, for your super chat. Appreciate you. Said just because. Let's have a good game. Yes. Thank you, bro. Appreciate you. And to everybody, once again, thank y'all for supporting the show and continuing to support us. We appreciate you. As I always say, tell a friend who tells a friend who tells another friend. Still, Knicks fans, we'll be back again, whether it be on Saturdays for Know the Ledge at 11:30-ish. Today was a little closer to it. Mondays for SKF Weekly with my guy John and my brother Jose, and obviously me. And once again, tune in this Monday for SKF Weekly. I mean, I don't know what we're going to call it. Maybe we'll change the name SKF Weekly One-on-One or whatever it is. I don't know. Whatever. We'll figure it out. But once again, we're going to be opening it up. We usually keep it really in-house, just myself and John. But this time we'll be taking phone calls from the beginning of the show, and we'll be keeping people on for at least 5 minutes at a time. So if you want to call in, you could do that. And also we'll be adding a panelist. So if you guys come into the chat, you put your email in the chat or email us with your email. You can come on the show and we'll keep you on for 5 minutes. So it can be either or both. We'll have one person on the phone, one person in the chat, and it'll be 4 of us talking and rocking out for at least 5 minutes at a time. And we'll just keep going and cycling so people can come on and share their thoughts. So tune in for that. And then once again, Thursdays for the NBA wrap-up, half the show on NBK, we'll be talking about the NBA, and then the other half will just be the wrap-up. That's going to be on the front stoop. We're going to get into hip-hop, and who knows, like Jay Boogie said, maybe he's our special guest this Thursday. If we can make it work, that'll be great. So continue to support the show, support the whole content community, and for our Knicks fan base. And yeah, man, enjoy the rest of your day. Let's go, Knicks. Let's get this victory. Let's win this game, man. And if y'all still want to hear some Knicks talk, please do. Go over and support my guys, Knicks Real Talk, with my guy Divine and Shaw Money. Thank you once again to Sam Gradison. Appreciate you, my brother. I'm out of here. It's been a great show. Thank you for everything. Smash that like button on your way out and show your love if you haven't already done so. Take care. Have a great rest of your day. Let's go, Knicks. Let's talk about this victory because we're going to beat these Miami Heat. We out of here.